Hello everyone and welcome back to the Borros Saga Banesbreak. My name is Vince Casso and I am your storyteller for this campaign. This is episode 7 of our adventure titled Pox on the Peninsula. Our story takes place in my homebrew world of Borros and is completed by a wonderful cast of heroes. Let's meet them.
Hi, I'm Ignaci. I'm playing Astrid, your warlock of the fiend.
Hi, I'm Abria Iyengar playing Prithiv, your drow cleric.
Hey there, I'm Aaron, and I'm playing Luca Stone Talon, your Aircocker Monk.
Hi, I'm Sage, and I am playing Curse, your Circle of Wildfire druid tiefling.
Hey everybody, I am Omar Najam. I am playing Jibe Tafril, your Tabaxi rogue.
Oh, that's what. This is not relevant right now.
Are you all realizing how well I named my character?
Yes!
Is that what's happening? Okay.
I thought you made that word up and I looked it up and I'm like, it's a thing! Sorry.
Anyway, hi everybody, I'm Kaylee, and I'm playing Neela, your human pirate barbarian.
Before we get into our recap and then our story, I want to provide a very small content warning to parts of the narrative in episodes 7, 8, and 9 coming up. During this arc, we face off against an enemy who has powers of disease, plague, and rot, and we directly confront the consequences of that power. Content warnings will be provided in chat when that or anything that deviates significantly from our norm appears on screen, so you can mute those sections if you would like. But that said, let's get into our story. Our last episode saw us leaving Kelsis back in the safe house, his safe house, in Polyria, and heading south. Booking the carriage, Pry was surprised to meet Vision Pris, a drow from her cult back in the future when he was now instead a much younger man with his daughter Tia, a daughter Pry knew to have passed away long before she met him in her own timeline. During the trip, Tia did in fact take ill, but thankfully, a lesser restoration managed to abate the sickness, if only for now. Eventually arriving in Ignaci, where the party was told to find an old sort of aesthetic scholar named Nightgrim, who might be able to help Neela translate the cloth she was found in as a baby, there was a ship docking in port. Descending from this ship was a veritable legion of callers, led by Cal Jacoby, the individual who had been hounding the party since they first arrived in High Point all that time ago in the year 840 PT. With him as well were various civilians, families, and an old man also now arriving in Ignaci. Meeting Cal at the port was a dwarven caller with a what could only be described as almost a sickening greenish aura about him, who seemed to shout Cal down, chastising him for something before throwing him aside to do some menial bit of work. The dwarven caller then took the entire legion of caller soldiers and proceeded out of town to the west. Cal hung up a wanted poster before heading into the tavern called the Lynx's Paw. The party found the posters on the notice board, which both contained wanted notices for them, with details and now some better descriptions and drawings of their visages, as well as once again for Iana Southmarch, or rather, someone impersonating the princess Iana Southmarch. Going into the tavern, the group eventually confronted Cal directly, confiding in him that they were from the future, and providing some evidence to that effect. Though it took some convincing, Cal did end up believing them at least just enough to be willing to assist them however he could, quietly and discreetly. Shaken, nonetheless, from the ordeal and this new revelation. Cal offered them information in terms of dead drops that he marked on their map where they could find information from the callers that might assist them, and told them he would look into this prisoner they mentioned from Southmarch in their jails named Reds. He would follow up on that more later before leaving the tavern. Also in the tavern was this mysterious patron who seemed to be a little bit put off by the callers. Nothing unusual, as the callers are off-putting She was a woman with black hair and freckles who left the bar after essentially being chased out by Neela, shouting her down as she escaped on horseback, heading again west. The party eventually left in search of not only Nicrum now, but an individual Cal had mentioned they should find. You see, the callers were here in Ignaci trying to interrogate a party of Aarakocra missionaries who were trying to drum up support in the coastal cities to save their town of Kesexume. Cal told our party that the matriarch of this group, was still being held here in Ignaci for interrogation, and that if they acted quickly, they might be able to find her and extricate her from where the callers were keeping her before it was too late. Luca, of course, at the prospect of an entire Aarakocran town being wiped off the map, something the Legend of Banesbreak book also mentioned had taken place in this timeline, wanted to avert that disaster however possible. And so the party set off into the residential wards of Ignaci, and finding along the way an odd old man, impossibly old man, dressed in rags, who said he could help them to find the house.
Yeah, you
A
leave out
man-
the pigeons?
You gotta mention the pigeon.
You gotta mention
He
the pigeons.
was full of pigeons.
So many pigeons.
He was absolutely stuffed with pigeons, it's true. This old man turned out to indeed be Nicrum, who, as they walked, in fact did offer to translate that bit of cloth for Neela, revealing an odd bit of prophecy. That said, before we rejoin our heroes in this adventure, we take all of us to a different time, a different timeline, a different place, as we peer for just a moment into the original timeline of the Banesbreakers, the first time through. Cold bites the air. The gales of a rare and now passing southern blizzard flip wrong ways the shingles hung outside shops and taverns in this, one of the patricic quarters of Travers Peak in the Republic. The winds batter structures of wood and stone, sound but not built for this weather. The din is occasionally punctuated by the thunder of greaves as soldiers of the Urbs Miles, the Republic City Guard, converge south and east upon the docks. For, as word would spread this night, a great fight has just occurred there. You all find yourselves in a hovel, tucked into the cul-de-sac of an alley, little more than a fortified hole in the ground. It's damp, and above the rotten overlapping beams of tinder offers little fight to the cold outside. You are all bloodied, broken, depleted of magic, and several of you having tasted death in the fight against the callers that you only barely escaped from just not hours before. Well, that is, not all of you. You lost Iana Southmarch, the princess, in the fight, and she was returned by Cal Jacoby back into Oris's grasp, though not before Astrid burned the very skin off of his face.
We lost her.
Yeah.
Got a good parting shot there.
Yeah, you did. Aside from everything, are you okay?
Oh, she was with us. Oris is gonna do terrible things to her.
Yeah, well, they did terrible things to us, so.
We have to go about it. We have to fight. We have to find them.
It's done. She's gone. I'm not doing that again. I'm not. I can't. We've gotten no help.
Prime makes eye contact with Neela and nods, but doesn't say anything, and her neck is bound with like a big, fairly bloody bandage because they cut her throat so she couldn't cast spells anymore, and she's just sharpening her glaive.
Badass. Jibe, you feel a weight in your pocket, something clattering lightly against your thigh, and you realize you still have the key The one that you found hidden away in that desert alcove across the sea months ago. It's hefty. And stamped into its bronze handle is a number, just lightly embossed. 34. But none of you ever did figure out what it goes to. All you know is that for one reason or another, your apparent benefactors have been guiding you north, advising you to seek out the map maker in his lighthouse in the Derisian Commonwealth. But your bodies ache. You are tired.
What if they were just wrong? We just let weird magical beings tell us what to do, and we did it. They just came down and they were like, "Hey, fight a war." What if they were just wrong about it?
They could be.
We're losing. They are.
We've lost.
We lost.
I hate to be the dissenting voice, I suppose, in the party, but things definitely do not look good. But the fact that so many of us found each other, despite everything. Call me foolish, but I can't help be a little optimistic that there might be some sort of chance or something out there. I'm gonna hop off like a ledge and just like start flipping the key. So we can sit around, I suppose, in here, be sad about it, or figure out a way just to get back at them, just in some form.
As he says that, suddenly all of you feel a familiar presence in your minds, a calling from afar, some of which you've come to find welcoming, comforting, others maybe less so. And it says, "Please join us. Finish this." And you hear a great scraping of rock, like the turning of an empty mill, and you see a fissure form in the stone wall across from you. Light pours into your room from within. What do you do?
We don't get one bloody moment.
They're constantly
Very
outside.
bloody moment.
That's fair. We got a bloody moment. Fair enough. Let's fucking go.
I'm just like tending a little bit to prize bandages.
She'll eventually like pull herself up to standing, and she spits, and it's like a big blotch of like ink, not blood, and kind of just nods and walks through.
Yeah, let's go.
They'll follow through.
I nudge Luca. Now might be a pretty good time to get mad, just saying.
Okay, I'll try.
I got some rage left, mate. If you want some extra, let's go.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, let's just let's burn this whole situation down a bit. What do you say?
Yeah, I think that's what comes next.
Okay. And Jib was has a huge leg laceration, so he's limping into the break.
You proceed within. And, meanwhile, if you could really say that, in more familiar lands, in a more familiar time, all of you, the other yous, the yous we know, are currently following a ragged, toddling old man through the living district of Ignaci, seeking out a house, as Cal told you, numbered 34. While lacking some of the aesthetic and charm of Polyria, Ignaci is still very peninsulan. Beautiful floral arrangements and fruiting trees decorate the lane, and great colorful frescoes streak from one building to the next, building a continuous mural running the length of the street. While most folks are hard at work in the shipping and industrial areas of town, a handful of Ignosians lounge on porches, feed birds in one of the many parks or collect them, or leisurely stroll down the lane, offering a smile and a nod as you pass. Nikram is muttering in a vague sort of way, not to anyone in particular.
Am I still holding one of his pigeons?
If you were before, you certainly are now.
I am.
Yes.
Yes, I'm very sure that the house is right down this lane, one of these or the ones before. It might be that we've already found it, or it's yet to come, or we may never, but if you trust in me, we will get somewhere, I can assure you of that.
Don't trust him.
Are you drunk?
Oh, never and always. I'm afraid I've one too few pigeons. A moment. Oh, thank you. That does the heart well. Get down there. There we go. That does the heart well.
I regret giving it.
That poor pigeon.
Yep.
Ooh, it's bitey.
Oh my god.
If I can like pull Pry aside a little bit as we're walking, I don't want to get too far or too lost. How would Jibe find us?
He'll find us. He's an excellent tracker. And we're being accompanied by an old man screaming with a outfit full of pigeons.
Oh, right.
That's just weird enough for him to know that that's absolutely where we'll be.
And on that,
And give your hand a little squeeze.
we will
And then
cut
go
to
back.
Jibe, who we left off our last episode, taking off to track the callers as they were moving west. Jibe, what sort of station, what position do you take up as you follow them out of town?
I am going with the old usual. I'm just on the rooftops, kind of like very quietly, out of earshot completely, just sort of tracking them. And it's not standing on like the lip of a roof, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's on the other side. So like if you looked up from where they are, you would not see me from that angle, but I can see them. And I'm kind of just like tracking them as I go rooftop to rooftop.
Beautiful. Roll me a perception check with advantage. You
Okay.
certainly have a very advantageous viewpoint here.
All right, that first one's okay.
All right, well.
That second one was literally the same. That's a 12.
12 total?
12. Well, 12 the first time. 12 the second time, Vince.
And that's with your bonus, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I mean, it's not a terribly high DC to track a platoon of like literally almost 200 callers from a rooftop.
Yeah, okay. I'd hope.
It's not hard to spot.
Yeah.
You might miss some of the finer details, but people there. So I'd say,
Technical term.
Yeah.
so I'd say from that viewpoint, you can see that the entire group is marching westward at a very brisk pace. You'll notice they don't have horses, and they also seem to all be traveling quite light, not packing any of what you consider the camp or overland essentials. What that could mean, you couldn't necessarily be sure, but they're maintaining I'd say upwards of a jogging pace consistently as they even now begin to disappear toward the horizon. And at the same time, with that perception check, you do hear an odd old man screaming about pigeons.
The hell? And that will 100% get my attention. And I'll peer over.
And peering, you do see the pigeoned man surrounded by your friends.
What are they doing? Why are they... What are they talking to this man?
What are they talking to this man? Is that Curse weighing birds?
I kept getting handed birds. So
Oh,
I
so
assume
you're
at
like-
this point when he's looking, I'm just getting handed more pigeons.
How do you assess the quality of a pigeon?
It's a weight and a softness.
Okay, great. Yeah.
How much
I'm with you.
floof?
Yeah.
Because you're assessing how much
Just
is
the
actual
poof
weight and how
index.
much is feather.
Yeah.
Um,
Great.
I will glance back at all the folks that I was tracking, pretty much get all the information I need. It's a bunch of people going in one direction. They're going fast-ish.
And they are indeed following the road that's west-northwest out of town, which would be heading toward Suncrest. This matches what Cal told you, that they were going toward an Aarakocran town called Keswick Sume.
Okay. In that case, I will just climb down like a drain pipe or something like that off of this roof and head towards my friends.
Beautiful. And you all can see Jibe now trotting over toward you.
Look, I'm not saying that that was perfectly timed, but
I stroll over. Did Bryce say...
Oh, look!
Okay, I have some questions. First of all, hey everybody, how's it going? How are you?
Hi.
Good. Hey Curse, how are you?
Great.
I see that you've made a new friend.
We certainly met someone.
It's been a...
Yes.
Definitely in hearing distance of the gentleman.
I take a pigeon out of your hands and sort of put it on the ground to distract Nikram for a second. Like, oh, look, a pigeon.
Ooh, bird.
Just to clarify, he was gone for like a good few hours, right? Because he wasn't there in our interaction with
He was
Cal.
not there for Cal either, no.
So it's been
Jibe took off the
a few
moment you
hours.
arrived in Ignaci. It's been at least a
Yeah.
couple of hours.
Okay.
You alright, mate?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I did exactly what I said I would. I didn't get in any trouble, surprisingly.
Proud of you.
Oh,
Thank you.
did we
Are you
promise?
lying?
We certainly
We
didn't
didn't
because we
promise
got into a bit.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, surprise, not gonna tell me. Luca, what happened?
Fair.
I just look over it. I look over you, just kind of scared. Nothing happened. We were really well behaved.
No, you
Oh
can
my
tell
God,
him.
what the-
You can
what?
tell him. Go ahead.
We might have told Cal that we're from the future.
We hugged Cal Jacoby.
I've also chased a shifty hot girl out of the bar, and it might have been the same shifty hot girl that you'd also
A
chased.
shifty hot girl?
Yeah.
The person I chased was a shifty redhead. Was that correct? Are you referring to the same person?
Oh no, wait, she didn't have redhead. She wasn't a redhead.
Oh, but we still think it's the same person.
Is it? Because this was definitely not a redhead.
All right.
At the moment, all you know is that there's a woman in a
Nosebleed.
bar who didn't like collars.
Yep.
That's all the information you currently have.
Yeah, but we had a strong hunch.
She did have a fancy horse though.
And you
I
found
remember
her,
a fancy horse.
There was a
Okay.
note too, right?
The note?
Yeah, that said like, "Thank you for all your kindness, Dia
Oh.
Rose."
Oh, if it was something written down, I don't know.
That's right. You gave us.
Right. Back to the bit where you said to him that we're from the future.
Yeah, go ahead
yeah.
and
Can we-
follow up with that.
Can
on-
we just quickly unpack? And like he leans against like some crates. Can we quickly unpack exactly why we did that exact
Yeah.
thing? Could you tell me
I would
why we
also
did that?
like to know why we did that.
But it worked.
It worked.
It kind of worked.
We were trying to. He seemed to be wavering. He was getting beat up by his boss. You don't stay with a bad boss who's beating you up. So
Right.
Where did you get a drink from?
There you go.
regardless, Cal
Yes.
knows he's on our side-ish.
Okay.
He's gonna give us dead drops. You might understand this. Somebody else, I don't understand maps, and
Yeah.
I pull up the map and hand it to Jibe.
Yeah, please.
Has the dead drops of where he might leave us information. to help
Luca,
us.
you notice that, because you're looking toward Nikram, you notice while they're
autonomous.
talking that Nikram's acting out their entire conversation with pigeons on the ground.
Incredible.
But he seems like he's matching, he knows exactly who's going to talk next before they do, and he's like perfectly matching the conversation with all the birds.
What's my pigeon look like?
Yours?
Yep.
Are you holding the pigeon?
No, but one of those pigeons is me.
The one you gave
Yeah.
back?
Yeah.
The
One of
representative.
them
Oh,
is
the one who's
representative.
standing in for you.
Yeah.
Okay. You can see he seems to have crushed like a cranberry in his hand and just like smeared it on the bird.
yes.
And it's,
Fun
it's an
bird.
approximately pinkish pigeon.
You know,
Which
they
one's
make
mine?
pink pigeons. And by they make pink
He,
pigeons.
This is good for me.
the really noble looking one.
Mine's an eagle. Thank you.
He covered one in parchment and tied a little bow.
Perfect.
Luca like gets a little bit closer and
Yours is just a bird.
is that me?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was miles away.
How are you doing that?
How do I bird? I can teach you my ways, should you wish.
You should already know
I
how
think
to
I have that
bird.
covered.
You indeed are the master of bird.
Maybe I can teach you a thing or two.
Oh,
How about I teach you something that I know, and you can teach me something that you know?
I would take you up on the offer, but you've done so much for me already.
Oh, so you can teach me stuff.
And I'm still getting the sand out of places. Oh, by the way, I should mention, I think that's what you're looking for.
The house
just about
finally.
to ask, yeah.
We're under a time crunch.
And before long, the house does come into view, and you realize there is a marking on it that says 34. That said, it's been wonderful seeing you all again. Jibe, keep working on that voice. You are truly a beautiful singer, and I can't wait to hear more. And thank you all again for all the help in what was it again? Oh, Kirahar, that's right. I'll see you all next time. Mwah, au revoir.
What?
What did you tell him about my singing voice? Pry, I'm looking right at you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Kira.
Wait, can
Wait,
you say
hang on.
I've never been.
I don't think
you
I've been
sing?
to Kira.
I do, but I haven't sang in front of any of you, I don't think.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, we didn't explain that guy.
Something tells me that guy is also a little bit mixed up like us.
Someone who Astrid actually knows
Yeah.
personally.
Oh, right. But you don't think it's the same guy?
Oh, it's your friend?
No, it's 100%. Somehow.
Well, but you met him how long ago in the future? How long in the future?
That was like 1275.
That guy is
I know.
halfway in the coffin
He's
now.
already
I know.
a million?
I know, and he was a million when I met him.
Hang on.
He's a pigeon
Is
ghost.
Nitrum an elf?
Looks like a human to you.
Okay, yeah. There's no way.
Okay,
Okay,
but also,
maybe it's probably not.
no way we're here. You know?
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. I'm gonna stop trying to make things make sense.
I can't even make sense.
He kept saying
We going in the
house
house?
things we haven't done yet.
Do I sing?
Yeah, so
Sorry.
you sing.
What were you saying,
I'm so
Kurt?
sorry. Go ahead. We can
Are
focus.
you gonna sing?
Right now?
How
No.
many songs do you know?
I'm sorry, I'm still not over the fact that we were telling people that we're from the future. That's sort
I'm
of
sorry.
But weren't we? Okay, I feel like there was a moment
We
of
also
like
gave
realizing
someone being
because isn't there someone
interrogated.
being
Yeah.
tortured like right now?
Oh, right.
now.
We also gave him snacks.
Okay.
The house.
It's bad.
The house is an understated single-story affair. Although actually, I take that back. You notice as you approach that while it is not built terribly vertically, there does appear to be an addition on top of the roof. Something that may have been an additional bedroom built after the original structure was constructed. So it's a bit set back into the building. It's marked in metal-stamped numbers with 34 and decorated with a tile mosaic along its lower half and planters hanging from the windows. There's a front door, painted sky blue, pockmarked and scuffed along the bottom. What do you do?
Okay, so supposedly, she's just in there being interrogated right now. Do we sneak in?
I mean, I would love to take a look around and see if I can at least see if there's been activity near the door, if there's a back door or something
Yeah,
like that.
roll me and
Guidance.
Thank you.
okay, so Neela,
Yeah?
I'm gonna level with you. Mm-hmm. I would prefer an investigation. I will allow a perception
Look.
if you really.
Stick to your gun.
I feel bad. I feel so bad.
She's gonna roll so
Roll
good.
me investigation with triple disadvantage.
That's just a normal roll for me.
Just roll me an investigation. You have guidance,
Yeah.
so let's see how it shakes out.
I don't know which dice to roll.
You can roll a
green
pickle.
Yeah, I'll roll a pickle.
It's gonna go so good.
I'll roll a pickle. It's gonna go so good.
Roll for
so
pickles.
good.
It's gonna go so good. I have a -1 intelligence. That didn't happen.
Did it land on another dice?
Yeah.
What are you?
10. Wait.
Did you add guidance?
No.
D4.
Be guided.
I'm a. Yep. 10.
What?
No, 11.
I'm like, how is it possible? Gotta back up. Gotta back up. To be honest, though, the thing is, I still believed it. Yeah, anyone could pull it off.
She got a 0 on the D4.
Yeah, something was 0 on the D4.
It's okay. I got a 1, but I had a -1, so I have a -1.
Okay, so look, Neela's not the looking type. So you peer around the house a bit. I will say, with an 11, you can understand what you're looking at a little better than just an average investigation. And you'll at least be able to see there's a lot of boot tracks and disturbed earth around the front door leading out. The bottom of the door is scuffed as though the sides of leather and boots have rubbed up against it. I'll say with that, you don't hear any activity in or nearby the house immediately, but you couldn't say for sure whether or not anyone is still inside.
I don't hear any screaming. Looks like the boots have gone that way. I feel like we're probably fine. I can just kick the door in, right?
Can I investigate?
Yes, you may.
Thanks. Gosh, I also rolled that.
Hey, I got double digits. That's good for me.
11.
No, you did not.
I rolled low on the die.
Somehow, the moment Neela described everything she found, you're like, that tracks.
Yeah. Okay.
You're right.
Look. She's right.
You may kick the door and I'll just kick the door in.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll just detect magic.
That's a good idea. So as Neela winds up the kick, which you already committed to, mind you,
I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I also don't know what time it is.
Neela, it might be neither of those. Kurt, you detect magic, and you pick up the presence of some kind of extremely strong protective magic surrounding the house.
YOLO.
Right as Neela's boot makes contact.
That's not gonna work.
First of all, I would like to rage, so I'm going at advantage.
Go for it.
So is that an athletics
Jesus.
check or an attack?
An attack roll is fine.
Okay, then that's a 17 on the die. Is it on our, do I get to add my strength to it?
Sure.
Then that's a dirty 20.
Okay. It's a door. So you kick the door, and the moment you do, you hear an echoing, almost like a bell being rung, and the kick radiates back into your leg and seems to shake your tissues and bones, giving you even little hairline fractures as it amplifies back into your body. You take 15 points of damage. That is not halved. That's not halved. So cut that in half, rounded down. Rounded down because I'm so nice.
How much do we know about medicine? Because I don't think it's hair-like. Your humors are misaligned.
Your humors are imbalanced.
Yeah.
Someone get a leech.
We'll just suck the bad stuff out.
I'll cure wounds on
I'm
you.
good. Save it for the person who's probably being tortured at
I
the
don't
moment.
think they're there anymore.
Oh, hi.
Who?
It's weird that
walking up to
it's
us.
weird that I like didn't notice that with like being as perceptive and like so super paying attention and looking
From
around.
the alley across the street, you hear a voice call out from the corner just across the way. The old man from the ship who docked in Ignaci this morning, just earlier, is sitting under the shade of an awning, sweating profusely and just trying to like fan himself with a piece of paper in the midday sun.
Are you all with those raincoat fellows too, then?
We're trying to catch up with them.
Yes.
Who are you?
Oh, you can call me Orion.
Oh, Orion, very nice to meet you. I'm
Thank
Jagger.
you.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Does he look like he's like
Wovens.
he's like not looking good, right?
He's very red and very sweaty.
Is
He's
it hot?
overheating. I mean, it's the peninsula, so yes,
okay.
it's quite warm.
I was like,
We're talking like it's an analog for the Mediterranean, so it gets quite toasty.
okay. Yeah. Did you see the raincoat like blokes with anybody else with them?
Well, and he gets up on a cane and ambles over. I saw them go in. If I recall, they had a Aarakocran lady with them.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I think about it, I don't think she was with them when they come back out.
So that's probably why there's the protection spell in the house, so nobody hit in.
I take it then you're not fond of these collars. Then you're not with those folk.
Are you? Didn't you?
No. I tell you, I was on a ship with like 80 of those guys for
Not
the
nice
last
guys?
like couple of months on the water. Months on the water. Not monks, I'm so sorry.
Don't assume.
It's the shirt. I apologize.
Are you okay, by the way?
I'm baking out here. I'm not as used to the sun.
Luca's gonna like walk up to him and just kind of like fan him with his finger.
Oh, that's good.
I'd like to insight check when he says no. You
can
might
roll.
be better at it if you'd like to.
No,
roll.
You can still roll insight check.
I'll pull out my water skin as well and hand him some
Oh,
water.
thank you.
Can I just cast guidance on you?
He's looking a little better. Like it's helping.
That's good. Here's two.
Yeah,
Just
it's
skins.
just a Beyonce concert in the corner. Like,
Did you hear
16 on
anything?
insight check?
You, as far as you can tell, he's being perfectly sincere. I mean, he's a bit of an odd old man, but nothing he's saying strikes you as being odd or deceitful or anything like
Lot of
that.
really
Also, my
weird
detect
old man
magic is
lately.
still up.
That's a good point.
Is he magical?
Let's see.
He's a very charming personality.
Which
You detect
Yes.
you detect a single piece of magic on him, which is coming from his hand, like a piece of jewelry.
what kind of magic?
Oh, that's a great question because I know all the schools.
Gryffindor.
Abjuration,
Abjuration.
so like protective.
Interesting.
And they did not make for very good shipmates, I'll tell you that.
What kind of stuff do they talk about?
Well, they wouldn't let us really get too cozy with them, not that I tried. But they was mostly taking orders from this one younger fellow, this human, who was giving them all instructions, but they didn't seem to be taking him too seriously either, if I'm honest with you. I'm sorry if this comes off as odd, but between you and me, I do recognize you. I promise I won't say a word, but the folks on the ship were passing out those posters on the way over.
I don't.
And it seems like
Damn
you've
it.
riled up those folks in South March a good deal.
Just a little bit.
Over in South March, they claim that you conspired to kill the sovereign, kill the king Urin. I don't think any of that's true. If you would be willing to sate an old man's curiosity, since I know you didn't kill anybody over there, and I don't believe that you are what they say you are, and I think the callers are full of shit.
Okay.
What?
If I could ask, why is it you're on the mission you're on? What are you trying to do out here?
What are you doing here?
Why was I coming to Ignaci?
Why are
we at
you
this
right here?
House.
Oh, I was told that I was picking up a bag of goods for my trip south. My son was supposed to leave them at the park just down the lane. I went over there. No bag was there. So I kind of thought maybe I'd beat him here. And so I found a shaded spot to cool off until I could check again.
Yeah, how long you been waiting for?
Oh, not more than an hour.
So really inconsiderate of your son. What's his name?
His name
Yeah.
Is, This is because Vince Casa did not think of a name ahead of
Ryan.
Dylan.
Brad.
Jiraiya.
Jiraiya.
It's just Jiraiya.
Just Soraya.
Huh.
That's his nickname.
Yeah. Interesting. It's feels like such luck to run into someone so sympathetic to us.
It sounds like all of you have developed a very healthy sense of skepticism and suspicion on you.
No. It's
I
just,
like
really
it too.
nice. That's why I'm
you're just saying all the right things, mate. And it's the second time we've run into you with, callers and such nearby.
You saw him get off the ship,
Yeah.
but you did not directly interact with him.
No, but
Well, we stand out.
It's because we're from the future.
Yeah,
oh my god!
Oh, are we not?
Quaff.
No!
Suddenly when I do it? I'm joking, obviously.
Oh, I believed you for a moment.
I would have
Look,
even...
I love a good adventure story. I read a lot, not much to do in your old age, but read and daydream, and I love a good adventure. I love, getting out there and fighting the bad guys and winning the day. And,
Wrong place, wrong time.
like right now?
Yes, in general, wrong place, wrong time. You're asking what we were doing.
Oh, you're in the wrong place in the wrong time?
Almost always.
Yeah.
He said he believes us that we
Yeah.
didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
We didn't tell him we didn't kill anybody.
But the wanted posters, did they
Wanted
say?
posters say that we did.
Yeah.
That's all the information there is. We would be the only ones denying it.
Interesting.
But is the callers saying it, though?
The callers are saying we killed someone.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't like the callers.
I reach into my pocket and I rummage for an old adventure book. I'm just trying to give you a little cloud cover to have this conversation. But I'm not
Yeah,
scared
I
of
was
him
just
because he's
whispering
old
to
and I'm
Dad.
mean.
Yeah.
And I fish out just a general adventure book that's something about swashbuckling on the high seas. I'm gonna offer it to him.
Oh, how fun. I think I've actually read this one before.
Have you?
Oh,
This is a different edition.
it has a new forward.
It's it's from the future, so it's the 30th edition of this, and has a bunch of
Oh God, there's
notes
so
about-
many addendums.
Yeah,
Oh, they got a map.
yeah.
Made some adjustments. Yeah. Things to
But in general, I suppose we're here to do the adventure stuff like you're saying. Right some wrongs, stop the bad people, try to take down this harmful spell that seems to be encapsulating this house, help somebody out.
You don't know any magic, do you, mate?
I'm afraid I don't, but I must commend you because that is such a noble goal. I love that. Very, very noble of you.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you've already failed.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid the ink has long been dry in your story before the beginning had ever been written.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm backing up and I'm pulling Jibe.
Pride, did you actually think you could save Tia's life? And you, Astrid, I've seen your face stained in tears and Cassian's blood. Families, crews, you will all lose everything before this is over, and no intervention of any deity will save you. Some of you shouldn't even be here right now.
Now that I came within melee to hand him the book, I'm going to reach back again and cast Inflict Wounds at 2nd level.
I would like to make the point that I'm still raging because I took damage and it hasn't
Go
actually
for
been
it.
that long.
Is that a save? You're still
No.
fanning, great.
No, I stopped.
Oh, you stopped. I mean, that means that's bad. That means business.
Yeah, no more fanning for you.
Ah, I am warm though. And as he's talking, as he's saying this, his voice even begins to change. We've already gotten what we need from the Aarakocra, but you're welcome to what's left.
19 to hit.
That hits.
17 to hit.
That hits.
I'd like to cast heat metal on his ring.
Ooh, spicy.
That's fun, yeah. Is that a save on his part?
Yes, it is.
21 points of
No,
necrotic
actually,
damage.
no, that's not a
Right.
save.
Pretty
It just
good.
happens.
Okay. Do you roll damage?
Yeah, if he doesn't drop it immediately.
He doesn't.
Okay, great. 14 points of damage.
Oh, Ryan? Sorry. I'm on board now. I know where we are.
See, it came out as more, Ryan?
Ryan? Now
Great.
I'm mad at you.
So, all that damage you're inflicting simultaneously, the necrotic, the axe wounds, the heating of the metal.
And I'm
you
just
see,
going to keep heating it if he's not dropping it, because I can do that.
that's great. You're all just dishing this out, and you see that as you do, you're cutting into what you expected to be flesh, and instead you're carving into these thin strips of parchment and paper. And as the paper skin peels away, you realize the entire interior of his body is carved, drawn rather, in ink with glyphs, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of glyphs, creating this fake automatonic person with the very much the guise of a real human.
Because
Hate
he
that.
drank water, right?
He drank water, he was sweating, you fanned him, and you see this patchwork of magical engineering crumbling and burning away before you, never losing its smile as it eventually turns to nothing.
Oh man, could I have done something before it burned up completely?
Yeah,
Because
for
that's
sure.
a really cool trick and I would like to learn it.
Okay, do you want to try and salvage a piece of it, or like try and commit it to memory? What's your plan?
As he's sort of like devolving, I want to try to catch a piece of that like wrapped parchment and start like power rolling it.
Yeah.
Like I have like a little like brass rod and I like try to start like rolling up a bit of him as he's coming apart to keep and study later.
Perfect. I'd say that's reasonable enough. I'd say roll sleight of hand with advantage. You also, paper things.
I don't know what my sleight of hand is. It's not great. 18.
I'd say that is enough, certainly, to salvage a bit of the parchment.
Nice. That's so cool.
For sure.
As he devolves, I'm like, I'm going to make more of you. But for me.
Yeah, no. Hated that.
And he's gone.
Yes.
With
How
that.
did he...
What's this? Can I pick up the ring that he was holding?
The ring is not in the pile.
Aw, beans.
Interesting.
Oh, beans, said Pride.
When I detected magic, I picked
Yes.
what it was. What did the ring look like?
I'd say to you it appeared to be no more than a simple silver band with a darker metal swirled in a spiral or like corkscrew pattern around its length.
Okay.
Well, as you've now been attacked by the house with no apparent way in and confronted by this odd individual who seems entirely antithetical to your cause, there comes a sudden loud grinding of stone.
Oh.
Something you've never heard before, unfamiliar to you, as a fissure of light opens in the wall of a nearby house. Your attention is drawn to it. Voices echo from within, oddly familiar to you actually, and it does not seem menacing, despite the unusual nature of it, and rings of a tune much like the deities from your dreams on the ship over to Polyria. What do you do?
No more weird shit. Why is this happening?
If it's an old man, I'm killing it.
Honestly, I will help you.
Thank you. Oh, you took my book. Is my book in the pile?
Oh, the book is there. Yeah, I just went.
Put the book back in my pocket.
However, the damage that you did to the old man, it did get the map a little bit. So it's not really mint anymore.
I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I cast mending.
It lost. Oh, it has regained value. Although, the right appraiser, they'll be like, this was mended.
Like, I don't. The foxing is part of the charm.
All right. I just want to. Neela, I think, is just going to look
Patina.
at you two. You read the book, know the most about what the fuck is going on.
This is new. This.
Oh, the giant
Okay,
fissure
this
of
giant-
light.
Yeah,
what do we
this is-
do?
I mean, it feels
Punch
like
whatever comes through it.
Malthus.
Okay.
I want to punch.
It feels.
Wait, what?
It feels like Malthus, kind of like.
So your boyfriend's coming through. I assist them.
Ash is broken. Just it.
Okay, so what do we?
I guess. We
I'll say when the fissure opens though, like because you stepped before me with when you were detecting magic and you started to have his voice change. This time Jibe put sort of like an arm, just like sort of block instinctively, like not right in front, but just like ready to like pull a dagger out just in case.
I want to get closer to the light. I just want to see what it feels. I just want to get a little closer.
You approach the fissure. What is Luca up to right now? You were fanning the old man, but after all that went down, what have you been up to?
Luca was fanning him, and then he got frustrated that he wasn't an actual person. So he kind of was like pouting a little bit in the corner, but now he's looking at the fissure. He's like, I think it's just always going to be not normal from now on.
Oh yeah, no, I think you are correct.
We're back in
I'm
time.
pretty sure we just get used to it at this point.
Okay. Getting used to it is an option. Getting drunk is also an option.
Oh, well.
Astrid, as you approach the fissure, you hear a low chattering from within, a low conversation. One voice you recognize as Malthus's, but you can't make out what they're saying.
I'm gonna like lean in to just kind of try and
I
listen.
would like to just like have like a hand on like the back of like her shirt or something, just in case.
The closer you get, the more the fissure draws you in, almost like a gravity.
Oh,
Okay.
it's definitely pull me back, pull me back. I'm gonna like try and move away from it. Malthus is having a conversation with somebody inside. I can hear it, but again, it could be somebody pretending to be Malthus. But I don't know too many people who know his voice.
I
What do you?
pull a tie line out.
Yeah, sure.
I'll listen
All right.
as well.
You hear the same thing. You hear
1, 2, 3,
voices, and you do recognize one of them as. Remind me, though, from your dream on this ship, the individual who came to you in your dream, the Flaming Centaur, did she ever tell you her name? I don't recall that she did.
I don't think so.
I
no.
didn't get a name for sure.
You recognize the voice, however, as that same centaur from your dream. Anyone nearby, Neela as well, recognized the Woman of Starlight. Jibe, you'd hear the faint utterances of that dual god and goddess you remember from your dream, the moon and the sun. The same with the rest of you as well. Those figures you met while you were asleep on this ship, you get hints of them conversing inside.
I think they're reaching out again.
Are they? Because they're not talking to us.
I prepare Toll the Dead.
Wait, they're talking to each other? Okay, I mean, I've got a tie line around you. If you want to go,
Yeah,
you can go
I'm
if you
gonna-
want.
We should all go together if we're going, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna undo this rope then. Be like, if we're going together.
Okay, but then I want to be able to stay together, though, so don't get separated in the weird...
I'm gonna put my hand out to Neela to
blazing-
hold instead of the rope.
Yeah, hold your hand, that's fine, I guess.
Can you wield an axe with one hand?
Yeah.
And then I'll put my other hand out to Luca.
Okay.
So I'm holding.
Curse. As you're preparing to enter the fissure, you hear a fluttering above your head, and the cranberry pigeon lands on your shoulder. who seems to have gotten away and taken a liking to you.
I have a pigeon familiar.
You do have a pigeon familiar covered in cranberry sauce.
I pet it. I get cranberry sauce in my hands. I wipe it off and I put my hand out to Jibe.
Okay. How well did you? Like,
It's hard to get out of my fur,
She's like
so.
5-year-old Sticky.
like I was so distracted by like the portal that like I grab your hand and curse what?
I'm sorry, Enzi, you can take
Why
the other
is it
one.
so
You can take the
sticky?
other one.
What did you do?
It's
What is the?
And you see the cranberry covered bird on her shoulder.
This is important. Okay, great.
This isn't
Hi.
important.
I think this is the most important thing we've ever talked
Okay,
about.
great. Then I will ask. Does Jibe know that they like it's covered in cranberry?
All you
Or does
see is
Jibe
a
think this is a
bloody.
pink bird?
Well, I'd say you know it's covered. You can tell the pinkness, the redness is not natural to the bird. It's not native to the bird.
Okay.
But you don't know what the substance is for sure, unless you had a whiff.
What the hell
I'm sorry.
is in your hand right now, Curtis?
Oh, it's cranberry.
Okay, so it's mushed up cranberry that came from a bird. I think it's a huge element of the story.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
There was the old man. He had a me pigeon and a you pigeon.
Okay. Is the bird coming with us?
Yes.
Into this portal to meet all the deities?
Yes.
Okay. Is the bird a deity?
I don't think so.
Okay, great. All right, let's do this.
You good, Pry?
All right.
Somebody
Yeah.
hold Pry's hand.
Absolutely do not hold my hand.
Wait, but I was already reaching out my hand.
It's very fun.
This is the not sticky one.
Finger.
Wow.
And then Jibe hold Luca's hand.
Come on,
You want my
Luca.
wing? Or my hand? What do you want?
Let's win.
Maybe keep your wings free, eh?
Oh, okay. Here.
Great.
All right, let's go.
Crags tug at your clothes and straight cuts into your skin as you enter the fissure, finding yourselves beyond within a hazed, opaque, luminescent dome of sorts, beyond which you can see vague shapes in motion past this barrier. Hills and fields are moving like tides and flashes of light, but it's all smudged, blurry. You can't make it out. A deeply suppressed noise of battle seeps through just faintly. Before you, the surface of the dome, the far wall, flexes and distends for a moment before something pushes its way through. Humanoid, but only just. It's a jagged and undulating figure of purple ick.
No.
It twitches and seems to glitch in your vision, flickering like a fire in reverse. It lurches and grows larger in your minds. You feel as though you're mere little pinpricks in its shadow. Everyone roll a wisdom save.
Oh, that's a thing that I do. Yep.
I will squeeze, since I am holding Curse's hand, I'm going to squeeze her hand and cast guidance.
I've got a 16. Guidance gives
D4.
the D4, yeah.
Okay, great.
I
16,
confuse guidance and bless. I've got an 18.
18, Jibe,
13.
13. Do I have to ask, Neela?
8.
Okay.
well.
Luca? It's painted on your
Actually
face.
started like 5.
5.
Rolled a 5.
Luca.
Okay.
13.
13.
7.
Oh.
Only she saved?
It's the pigeon.
The pigeons helped.
Wait, what's the pigeons?
Got a high wisdom.
Pigeon's got a plus.
Pigeon
Enough.
did great.
Pigeon's fine.
Like, I've got an 18. That's got to be able to help the pigeon.
Yes. All of you who did not save, okay, that could have been so much worse. You all take 7 points of psychic damage as a piercing migraine splits your head. Curse, you still also feel it happen, but for you it is less. You only take 4 points of psychic damage. And I rounded up.
Wow. Just changing the rules on us whenever you want.
This is not going to be a full initiative. You only have one combatant ahead of you. If somebody would like to make a move on it, you certainly can.
Before we go into it, I had prepared a Toll the Dead.
And you can certainly drop it.
All right. I need a save from you, but
Okay,
There's
and that
no
is
way to know what it
was that a
is.
wisdom save? I believe.
yeah. it
For
is.
Toledad. I rolled in that one.
Oh, thank goodness.
Wow.
Thank you.
Now you know how it feels.
Does this have any damage already on it?
It actually does. It's already partially injured.
Thank you. I need to dig out a good
I don't know
gun
how you
here.
could possibly tell that, but you get a vibe.
I don't need to know. The spell.
The spell
needs to
knows.
know.
The spell always knows.
Okay.
Do you need D12?
You need to die.
Yeah, I gotta fish it out the brain.
I can give you
I have
D12.
so many.
It's a D12, right, for Total
Got
Dead?
it. Yeah. 12. That's why we let my dice do it.
Yep.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, I mean, that does a substantial amount of damage. And tell me, anyone watching, how does this take place, if it is visible at all?
I think as she was like readying it, it was in her free hand because she's only holding one person's hand. And that's sort of like the moment you feel the sharp migraine pain, her hand shoots up and it lets off the spell that she was holding. And it's just like a black like splotch of ink that shoots forward.
Beautiful.
Ow. Oh,
Oh, made the noise again.
nice.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tomir.
Down there?
Okay.
We're right.
I'm talking into my microphone. I'd like you all to know.
That's not how sound works.
Until a clip appears online of me just talking down into my throat. I'm so sorry.
I would like to Eldritch Blast.
Happy birthday.
Conversation.
Like the moment.
All right, so
It's a reference to another thing that happened.
you had to be there. Great. So,
Or you could have chosen not to be.
however, it is not down. Would someone else like to have a go at it?
Firebolt.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
Great. Awesome. Honestly, roll both.
I
Cue
already
both.
did, and I didn't do well.
Yeah, I rolled for a ragey axe attack, and what?
So you are in the process of charging toward it, we can say.
Yeah.
It's at least a good 20 feet from you right now.
I've got a 14 to hit.
I can
Okay.
I can
13
get
to
20
hit.
feet though.
I have been 19 to hit on my short bow. Now, I don't think it's going to do anything.
Okay.
But Jibe is firing.
I will say that hits. That hits. Unfortunately, Astrid, you're
Dead.
you're dead.
You're dead
for
You
trying.
fire off your Eldritch Blast, and you notice that the glitching, twitching pattern of the creature is shifting and becoming more erratic, to the point where actually, as your Eldritch Blast goes to make contact, that part of its body almost glitches out of existence and then back in as your Eldritch Blast passes through it.
Do not like that.
But your aim was so good, it
Yeah, and
wasn't
then it
your
moved
fault.
away. It moved away.
Hold on, sorry. Are we doing like back-to-back attacks on this thing?
Absolutely.
So Neela's currently on her way over with the axe
I
attack.
got a 30-foot movement speed.
And what was your attack roll on that?
What can you do with an 11?
Back to Jibe. So, how would you like to make your bolt attack and curse your firebolt?
So I'm not letting go of any hands that I can. You're going to move a hand for the bolt, probably.
I can do it with Luca hand.
Okay.
With the Luca.
Great. So I'm still holding on to both of them. So I actually just kind of like hurl it forward, and it almost like shoots out of my arm.
Are you doing like
doesn't really
a wave? Like
I refuse, and I just like throw the hand. that's
you're shooting
still
through
holding on to
pride?
What the fuck?
I refuse to let go of their hand.
Yeah,
Beautiful. Great. Pry gets a level of druid.
Your magic feels different. Does anyone else smell cedar?
Cedar. And then, Jive, how do you shoot the crossbow?
Yeah, not letting go of Chris's hand. As you pointed out, I do have to sort of load it, so it is like with the elbow.
You can let go of hands, and I'm trying to let go.
I refuse. I'm just gripped onto both
Why
of
is your
you.
hand so strong?
And just like aim it up. Hey, asshole! And I'm gonna fire it 6 points of damage.
Awesome.
Right into like the eye.
Oh, 6 points?
6 points of damage.
Beautiful. And then the firebolt was...
Also 6 points.
Okay,
Oh my
additional
God.
12.
Twinsies.
That would be good. Neela, as you're running up with the axe, you notice a bolt and a firebolt whiz by, which
Nice.
both make contact with the creature, and it dematerializes and glitches out, collapsing onto the ground as you arrive at it. And strike down onto the pile.
Also, yes, my hands are very strong. Curse is ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh, you know,
bet.
curse, like, small
strength.
but dense.
Prize and indoor case, she's like,
Mighty.
this is wild. I am a Ziploc bag of pudding. This is bad.
She's pure muscle.
Christ, okay.
Okay, hey, smart people.
Yes.
What was that?
Yes.
Yeah, only one person. Speaking.
What the fuck? What?
Is it still there?
No, it's just...
What was that? What's
Can I
going
go-
on? What's this? Where are we? Yo, what is going on?
I don't know. I didn't want to walk into it.
The creature dissolves before you, burning away in emotion and memory.
Oh.
As it fades, it feels like it's giving off not smoke or flame, but it gives off these abstract concepts that makes you feel things and think things and puts ideas in your mind even as its essence retreats. The invisible flames licking at its edges tinge with pain and loneliness, its dissolution calling forth unlived memories in your mind of ancient lives long lost. It's very disconcerting. Light gently glows from above you. Looking up, you see 6 distinctive silhouettes through what looks like opaque, fogged glass. There are several humanoid figures, apparently men and women amongst them, but some very different. One who looks almost like maybe a woman on horseback, and another like a great massive bird. One figure among them indicates with their hand pointing ahead of you.
Run?
Okay.
What's happening with that wall that it came out of?
It seems to have repaired itself.
Okay.
And even now, as you look through that opaque section of wall, the massive battle taking place outside, as best as you can understand it, seems to have moved to sweep past the dome and pick up any of the other assailants who might be trying to get through. Whoever's outside of this dome seems to have taken note that this is to be protected.
What is there in the direction they're pointing?
Just before you, on the other side of a shimmering, gently reflective barrier, you see 6 figures stepping into the light. It's a moment before you realize they're you. Or at least, they certainly appear to be. They bear severe wounds and long-healed scarring, and are dressed in worn and damaged clothing and armor, and they seem as surprised as you.
Curse just winces at the wound on Jibe's leg, the other Jibe.
What do you look like in the future?
Well, this would be...
Or sorry, not time.
Oh, time
I'm
is
sorry.
so confusing.
I'm sorry.
This is other.
in the other time.
Yeah, in the other. Sorry.
Yeah, so how badly banged up is the other curse?
Curse generally, for once, actually, she looks a little bit burned. Like she's been firing off so much fire.
Like
it
it's
broke
been
down the
getting to
resistance on her
yeah.
skin, and there are scorch marks, kind of like her hands are completely blackened, and up her arms there are just intense scorch marks all the way around it, and her clothes that Prithiv had mended are just completely shredded and torn and singed on all of the edges.
Yes.
She doesn't appear to be bleeding, she's just bruised and burned.
Yeah.
In that case, Jibe drops the short bow and takes a step towards that curse, but then stops and turns to you, and then looks back at the 6 figures from the other timeline, and is just tears welling in his eyes of seeing all the pain.
And Pry, you see your double with the cut in her throat, covered of course, but very obviously indicating what took place, silently gestures to you, and her hand almost just down to her book as well. She's trying to verify what she's seeing in her mind a little bit.
I immediately go to the book and open it to a page. Can I cast Augury?
Yes.
Ooh.
What do?
That sounds great.
Just to, this is kind of an overused
For
spell,
sure.
just to confirm. Is that a version of us in the future or an alternate version of us?
This is an alternate you. These are yous you could have become should events have taken place in a different way.
Can I pull out my glaive and use it? I want to try to give fantasy Morse code across to try to have a conversation with the other Proud.
Well, as you pull out your glaive to do that, the other Jibe actually pipes up, and you can hear his voice.
Oh.
And he turns to Curse, he turns to Pry, and he says, "So what, this is, you are like another us? We are being shown what we could become or something? Is this like a moral lesson for us?"
No, it's more of a...
Is it a threat for us?
It's not a threat. This is another version. The other version. We learned.
Wait, which way did you guys go when you got here?
This is the book squad. It went badly.
Right, because you said don't go south, right?
Don't go south.
Did you go south?
What is the book?
Did you guys go south?
From High Point, yeah, we went to South March.
That explains it.
Hey, Neela,
Yeah, you're right.
you got a scar in the shape of a smile when that old cadre in Port de Bosch broke a bast all over you. Where's that scar at?
Jesus Christ.
That's a very
Broken
personal
boss all
question.
over me?
Yeah. Where'd you get that scar? Where is it?
It's underneath my left shoulder blade.
And she goes, pulled it down. Like, yeah, they're real.
Yeah, duh. What?
Yeah.
We just.
Coward came up behind us. What?
I've already explained this. I don't understand. I just look at the other pry like,
You slap.
And the other pride's like,
it's bullshit, and I'm so sorry that you can't tell them how dumb they're being right now.
Listen,
So sorry.
I would like everyone to know that I am aware of how dumb I'm being, and I always have been.
What? Yeah, I think you're the smartest of the group.
Thanks, John.
And I wink at the other jibe.
I'm gonna go up.
And then turn, and like I can feel Price stare and just like, and both of us, I think are just like, oh shit.
Yeah, I don't need magic for the beatdown.
I'm gonna walk up to the portal and I want to try and touch it. I want to see if I can.
you guys like.
when you touch it, it feels solid and a little cool to the touch. It doesn't give at all, but you cannot get through it.
What happened to you all?
do we do?
The other Astrid also walks up to the barrier, and half to you and half to the others, says, kind of a low voice, does this mean it didn't work?
It didn't work. I'm just gonna tell them it didn't work.
Oh my god,
How do
don't
you
just
think?
tell everyone.
You really are just telling people whatever.
It's us.
That's not right. And this is Curse now piping up. More to her job than anything else. No, we did everything you asked. And she's looking up at the figures, the silhouettes as well. We worked so hard for this.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Clearly something is happening. Whatever you did or whatever we did, something is taking effect, right? I would imagine. I mean, the fact that we're even meeting, this is. I know so little about magic myself, but would you say that this is not like some sort of massive reality-bending event, right?
100%.
If we did anything, this would be it. This would be the moment. So it's okay.
This actually maybe changes things. Maybe the book is not.
We're
valid anymore.
your next chance, so there's something
Something's different.
needs to happen.
Luca, the other you points at you and like calls you over just a little bit and approaches the barrier, and you can see he is very worse for wear. It's difficult to look at yourself in such a state. It does a little something to you as well. And you see the other Luca takes a moment to gather his thoughts and looks at you. Luca? It's going to be hard. Harder than you were ever ready for. But I believe in you because I believe in me. Even if we already failed, then you being here means we have another chance.
Okay. Okay. If you believe, then I believe.
And the other Pry looks at you, and you can tell she wants to say something, and instead she gets an idea, and she uses a series of hand gestures that you learned in the cult for like low-key signaling of each other in public spaces where you want to remain kind of on the DL. And she signs to you, and you get the meaning. She says, "We did not fail. They did," as she points to the silhouettes up on the top of the dome. And she says, and now, and you can tell there's anger in her when she says this. Her face contorts a little bit. And now we get to return to our quest with no memory of this revelation, as she's put together what's probably about to happen to them.
Can anything pass through the barrier?
What would you like to try?
I would like to try to exchange books with her.
Fascinating. Okay. Tell me, you approach the barrier. Tell me how you attempt this.
She is me, and she would know that like the singular most important thing to me is that book that's kept on the end of the chain.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to like the one like magically held link and shatter it and actually like offer it up and out. And she knows, like she would know, like this is the only thing we care about. So offering up that book is offering everything I've seen and read and know, including everything I know from the other version. Like I want to give her the knowledge that we have about what happened to them.
I'm so sorry. So, what happens is this.
Oh, God.
You approach to try to pass the book through the barrier, and you see the other pry seems to get an idea of what you're doing here, and realizes, you can only determine this as you know yourself so well, seems to realize that there might be a distinct advantage in getting the intel you all have gathered to improve their chances in their attempt. She raises her book up as well and presses it to the barrier, hoping to try and get it through.
Before you
Exchange.
narrate how badly it goes, can
Let's
I
see.
say something?
Yes, please.
Cool. And after getting that sign from her, I just say, Amiel was never the source of our power. Knowledge is. And then I try to press the book through the barrier.
You press it through, and the barrier ripples for a moment. You feel, and even see out of the corner of your eye, a stirring in the silhouettes above you. And you see them turn to each other, and they start to converse in tones below what you can hear. And there's almost a debate going on upstairs. They seem to be arguing it out until eventually the one that looks like a bird throws its wings out, and everyone else quiets down for a moment. One of the wings gestures towards the barrier and goes back. They all grow still, and the barrier remains solid.
But we saw that happen.
You saw that happen.
I'll take the book back and look up and just say, we're going to remember that. And we're going to find you.
One of the figures that looks like you see the shape of a woman, but apparently kind of ephemeral, almost like it's just gently, the edges blur a little bit, it wavers. You see she crosses her arms and puts her head in her hand like this, like she disagrees with the choice. There's not full agreement upstairs with what just happened.
You gotta give us something. You gotta give us something if we're gonna be successful.
And when you say that, the other jibe who walked in is idly fiddling with something in his hand and looks down. Hang on a minute. What? And he steps toward the barrier. He's looking up as he does it. And like teasing the barrier a bit with it. And nothing seems to happen upstairs.
Oh, this is so Jad. Just so you know.
Nailing it.
Sorry, Bria.
we found this in the desert during our journey when we were crossing the sea, and we never knew what it was for, what it went to. But I think maybe you can find something to do with it.
What is it?
And he passes the key. He puts it against the barrier, and you see as it slides cleanly through the barrier.
I go to grab it, and I hold on to it, and if I have to roll for this, I'm fine with it. But I'm having a little bit of it's like taking a little bit longer for me to retrieve it than it was for the other jibe to put it through the barrier. And as I'm doing that, I just start, I laugh and go, what is up with this thing, right? And I start to just speak with the other jibe in a way that I'm pretty sure, and I kind of hope, that no one else kind of gets. Like, we're just like having this like little conversation, just kind of like laughing to each other, and it is thieves' cant.
Okay.
Amazing.
And what would you like to communicate in Thieves' Cant?
I just want to say and look him in the eyes, as we're kind of like joking, just like, what is it? This magic stuff I ever get, I don't understand. And then in Thieves' Cant, I just want to say, but is she okay? That's important.
And that wouldn't even need to be a roll. I'd say he's speaking back to you. Like, yeah, imagine, like, how does it work, right?
It's so silly.
He communicates back to you essentially a positive response. You get a yes, but it's qualified. There's more to it than he can say at the moment, but you get the idea that she's all right, enough for now.
Great, and as I pull the key through, I just say kind of like the old sailing term of like, take everything you can and give nothing back, all right? And I look at the key. It's got 34 on it,
has
right?
34.
And I turn. It's got the number of the house that we were looking
I
at,
broke
right?
my bloody leg about that. Okay, whatever.
Broke
Let's go.
my leg about it. I'm gonna give it to you, the smartest person in the group.
Yeah, that tracks. Thanks.
And I turned to Fry and just gave like...
Well, also, do you want to open the
I
door?
look
Do you
over
want to
and
open the
I
door?
look at the other pride. I'm like, that's right. I do have a glaive. I can use it.
Do you
And
want
you just see her holding it now.
Do you want to unlock
Shit,
the door?
okay.
I broke my leg about it. Can I please?
Yeah,
The
that's smart one,
barrier
go ahead.
begins to fade,
Oh shit.
and then the dome around you follows. The muffled sounds of war and carnage are all that's left as your vision darkens. You blink the blackness from your eyes, and you find yourselves on the streets of Ignaci once more, across the way from the house numbered 34.
Well, let's go open it.
Yeah, okay.
What a bummer.
Do you remember?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you need a moment?
I live for this shit.
do we remember that?
Yeah.
You all remember what just took place.
That's not fair.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
So the other you
Me?
said desert, right?
Yeah.
Pigeon old man,
Yeah.
Nikram, right?
That's what
He said something about
Here?
Are you
Distantly.
here?
That's him reacting miles away, like he knows he's being talked about. As he has like 30 more
My
birds.
ears are glowing.
He said sand.
My ears are literally glowing. He sent me a screenshot. Astra DM'd me.
Fine, that was a few months ago.
That was a while ago, actually. At this point,
Oh,
yeah, he said sand, right? He said desert, right? Nikram said desert. Other Jibe said desert.
What?
My brain is
You're almost there. What are you figuring out?
no.
So what
I'm gonna open the door. That's it. That's all I got. So other people need to. I listened to too many people saying way too many
No,
things.
I think it makes sense because they went a different direction than we did. We wouldn't have found the key, and they would have. They wouldn't have passed through wherever the key was.
I just go open the door. I thought, hey, that's all the thinking I'm doing for the rest of the week. Thank
That's
you.
fair. What if it
Goodbye.
was-
I would like to kill something now.
What if it was meant to happen that way?
What?
What if we had to fail the first time to give ourselves a second chance?
Hate that. All right.
Hopefully, hopefully it's just the once then.
Maybe if we succeed this time, it never happened to begin with.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like the look of us, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go find out what's in the house.
I'm unlocking the door.
Yeah. And I'll pick up my short bow and walk, and as I'm passing, probably go, by the way, I'm just joking about the whole smartest person thing, right?
God, yes.
Okay, great.
Look.
Yeah, it's obviously Luca, so don't worry about it.
You did the bit. You did the bit.
It's a good bit.
It's a good bit.
I'm gonna kill you. And I'm gonna feel really good about it.
The key turns.
Keep saying it, and you're gonna pray that they cut my voice box out.
Ooh.
I'll just write it.
I'm smelling a chicken dinner tonight.
Oh.
Oh God.
I had to test that.
I don't know where that voice came
door.
from.
Open the door.
The key turns easily enough in the lock, and the house almost seems to exhale as the door opens. And Curse, with your detect magic being about 10 minutes in length, you're actually just like at the line of being able to perceive this, as the magic seems to diffuse off of the house. And it seems, you couldn't say for sure what may lay within, but on the outside at least, it seems safer to approach.
The magic fell if you want to kick the house again.
Yeah, you know what? For good measure,
However,
let's do it.
you were turning the key, right? You were the one opening the lock?
Yeah, but then I was just told that I was allowed to kick the door again.
You all totally are, but you are turning the key.
Yeah.
This next part of the notes applies to you then.
Oh, bloody hell.
However, there's
Here we go.
there's a shuddering in the walls, and you feel your fingers stuck to the key in the door. The stone and plaster ripple toward you across the house, and daggers of glass and iron fire from the doorway into your arm, feeding into your flesh and working their way deeper through your skin. What do you do? I'm gonna start rolling damage while you decide.
Yeah. Well, I would like to rage, I guess.
I mean, that would make me angry.
Oh, no, actually? Oh, no, I can. I got one more. I've raged like 3 times in the last 10 minutes.
It's been that day.
And then I would like to kick the bloody door down.
Right. Well, that unhalved deals 18 points of key turning damage. However, you are able to certainly kick the door as you describe to me how you extricate the bars of iron and glass from inside of your arm. What's the plan for that?
I don't think I do.
Well, you've been there?
No, at this point, I'm just bracing against the door, and then I just kind of lean back for a second and just bodily force my way in if I
Oh
can.
yeah. I mean, I'd say that's a free hit for sure. It's a door. You can roll your attack damage. I'd say for you, do you get bonus damage for your unarmed strikes?
No, that's a monk thing.
Ah, okay, that's right. It's also a door, so you can just kick it open.
I'm strong. Can I
I'd
make
say
it
roll
can I make an athletics check then? Yes,
you
thank
also do
you.
have several 1 foot long splinters of metal and glass in your
Fine.
arm.
Then then it's an improvised weapon at that point.
Oh.
I mean, that's true. Keep those for later, I suppose.
Listen.
How's your check?
Use your resources. An athletics check. That is a 19.
Okay, that's enough for a door. You kick it open, it swings, crashing against the adjacent wall, and in front of you there is a simple living room with what appears to be an open entryway to a kitchen beyond, sporting a wood-burning earthenware oven and ample pantries, with what appears to be a washroom off to the other side. One set of stairs leads to a floor above that little extra bedroom you saw on the roof, and one to a floor below. However, the house, aside from track marks going through of boots and what have you, seems to not have been occupied for some years, I'd say.
Hey, everybody.
Yes?
When we're done here,
Yeah?
I'm setting the house on fire. Just so everybody knows.
I can help.
Thank you so much.
Neil, are you okay?
No!
Your arm is...
Okay, now this has happened to you twice, now you're taking my heal.
No, hang on. Again, there might be somebody who needs it more. Let's check first. And I'm just gonna kind of shake. I'm imagining I'm bleeding kind of a lot at this point.
I mean, there's a
I'm a little stabbed.
stream.
Yeah. And just kind of and
First level cure wounds.
do not. No.
You seal the barbs inside of her. No. So you heal her, apparently against her wishes.
I mean, if she literally is good as say no, I would never.
Don't save it. Save it.
A little one.
If we find, you can heal me after we find what we're looking for. All right?
Okay, upstairs looked weird. Should we go check out upstairs?
Upstairs looked weird.
Yeah, from outside it looked different.
Split up.
Nice.
Not at all.
I mean, there's enough. There's enough of us.
I mean, I can't. I'm literally being
Right.
held
I
by
mean,
you.
someone.
Your grip is vice-like.
Is there?
My
does
hand
it-
has fallen asleep.
Are you okay?
Wake
Is
up.
this good? I didn't feel that.
Bad for you.
Her hand is white.
I let go.
Oh my god.
Should we also check to
A
see if there's,
normal
a
amount of
basement?
holding.
Yeah, there's stairs leading down, but I mean, the top floor did look kind of strange.
And maybe check about for traps and such. Ew.
There's one more.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I've got you. I'm going to wander in. The living room is decorated, is that right? There's stuff?
Not really. There's a larder and a kitchen beyond, some very light furnishing, but it's dusty and a bit dilapidated.
What's the light furnishing? Are
There's-
there plates?
You'd have to go in the kitchen and check.
I'll go into the kitchen and check.
Nice.
Yeah.
Roll for plates. Roll to investigate.
If you roll low, you can't see plates.
Yeah. Well, we're rolling to see if there are plates.
Roll low. I don't. 19. Like, why would I? How hard would this be? I'm
Jibe.
a pirate.
Jibe. I
am I.
cannot
Plate.
stress this enough, Jibe. There are so many plates.
I come out with a stack. Yeah, okay, we're good. And I am just smashing them as I go up the stairs to
Opa.
test for.
Can I have one too?
Yeah, no, like I'm kidding you not. This place is abandoned, but they left all the plates, and I'm gonna hand you some.
Nice. I
So to
just
be
smashed
clear,
one for fun.
Is everyone going up, down, or are we splitting? What's happening right now?
I want to go up.
Can I make a perception check to see, or investigation to see where the flow of traffic led to?
Literally, roll it.
As opposed to figuratively.
18.
Damn!
What's that like?
Yes, you
Honestly,
can tell.
incredible. Thank you.
There seems to be some very possibly light traffic upstairs, like 1 or 2 people wandered up there, but the majority of the traffic coming in and out appears to be from and to downstairs.
We're going downstairs.
It's not to say you certainly couldn't go anywhere else, but that's just what you see.
The tracks are heavier headed downstairs.
Okay.
So we can go at the same time in 2 different groups and do this quickly if there's a soon-to-be ex-parrot person.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Okay, we can all go down. We can all go down together. It might be wise to look upstairs just for anything useful.
I'm like
can
going.
send you
I'm like
Pigeon.
coursing
yeah,
up.
it is
Like,
like-
Hey, John's
John's
gone.
already
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you
I'll
hear
go
crash,
side
crash,
then.
crash,
Sweet.
crash.
Then I let go of your hand and immediately head downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Go
follow
downstairs
downstairs.
too.
Okay, so we have downstairs, 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 upstairs.
I'm gonna stay upstairs and watch the door.
Upstairs.
No, I'm gonna stay in the living room.
Oh.
Oh,
Ground
I
level.
wanna
Be-
the ground floor.
level.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're like posting.
Yeah,
watch.
I'm watching to make sure that no one comes in and
Piece of primo, yeah.
Upstairs.
Upstairs. So we have 2 upstairs,
Bum, bum, bum.
Stopin,
scoping.
and 3 downstairs. Hell yeah. We will resolve the upstairs first.
That's not good.
No,
It's great
need to
for
roll
us.
characters.
It's
Yeah.
really bad for them.
Beans, says Pry.
That was a Bria.
For this catchphrase.
Everyone
Aw,
knows that.
beans.
It's on a shirt.
So I will say real quick for the downstairs people, you proceed down beyond ground level. There is a door at the bottom of the stair, which you can certainly work on opening. Actually, you know what? I want to find out, how do you approach that? Because Neela's in the downstairs group, so that's kind of fun.
Your plates, just so you know.
Do you want to kick the door?
Can I kick it?
I
can
would
roll-
like to cast guidance. Please kick it good.
Can I help kick it?
Roll
Can
a
we kick it together?
athletics check. You want to like double team
Do
the
a double
door?
kick?
I'd
Yeah.
love to be as far from this as possible.
Roll an athletics or acrobatics check. Also is fine for you.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, am I still
You're a monk.
raging?
Yeah, if you want to be. Are you mad?
Yo, so
Do you
mad!
have to like take damage to keep
Oh
raging
my
because
God.
you're covered with stuff?
Someone slap her.
It doesn't help.
What'd you roll?
Okay, so like
It's athletics.
It's a door.
It's
It's
the only.
Kaylee!
It's what you do.
Yeah, no, it's what I do. So it's 12.
How about a 13?
Oh my god.
wait, guidance though. So
With your kicking powers combined,
Oh, yeah.
25.
So 13.
Roll a natural
Okay.
I cannot roll more than
Thankfully,
a 1. You just got
oh,
in there. You
I
were
mean,
just
that
in the door.
adds up to a 26.
There you go.
There it is.
Right.
Just go with
Combined
the
task.
door.
However, y'all, okay, you throw those kicks into the door and it opens.
I'm setting this house on fire.
You get the door open, but I'm gonna tell you, it looks like it opens about as hard as just one person kicking it really good.
Which it was clearly me.
So you could have done better. However,
I judge you. Like,
and we cut to upstairs. Upstairs, you crest hand-carved wooden steps to the second floor. Flowering ivy has grown over some of the windows outside, blocking the light and filtering what remains through the petals, casting streaks of green and pink and yellow across the walls. You're standing in a simple bedroom, but one largely vacant of furniture. It seems this house hasn't been properly lived in for some time, even years, as you saw downstairs as well. However, there's a painting on the wall. Catching a glimpse of it makes the hair on your neck rise and your eyes water. Something feels wrong. Curse, when you look at a painting, you see yourself. You are alone, small, drowning in the chaos of a world you are still working to understand. You're wearing Iroquois pendants around your neck, carved as you understand them, as you were taught to honor the dead. They're worn as penance for deeds against those people in life, and you're wearing 5 of them. Chibe, you see your mother looking out over the seas, her eyes puffy. Behind her, there's a new seat in the family's den, woven from palm fronds and hemp, and on it, neatly folded, your father's nicest ceremonial kaftan, with a tied bundle of herbs neatly sitting atop it. And you know what that means. Your mother is holding the little carved wooden ship you once played with as a child. Until the color drains from the work of art and you realize you're just staring at an empty, blank canvas.
Interesting. Not a very good painting. What did you see?
Myself? What did you see? You also saw something on the blank canvas?
Yeah, just
Great.
now. My family.
Oh.
What I feared to be my father's passing. Oof. Wait, what did you see again? Just yourself?
I was wearing necklaces that are for mourning.
Oh, I'm sorry. Up until then, I was like, that's actually a very good painting. It's a painting of you. That's great. What I would give for that. But no, if it's mourning, then I'm sorry. Oh, it's a very sad painting for both of us then.
Did your father already pass, or was it fiction?
I'm not sure actually, but it's not a memory for me, at least.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I think. It's hard to say. Magic is very confusing.
Astrid, on the ground floor, the streets of Ignaci, at least in this part of the residential areas, are relatively quiet at this time in the afternoon, as most people are working away down in the towards the docks. You hear a crash of a door opening from below in the basement, and it's hard to tell whether you think this is better or worse, but dead silence from the bedroom above.
I want to go check the front door and like kind of peep outside and then quickly move back. Did I see anything outside on the streets?
I'd say even without a perception check, because you wouldn't need one for this, there's a few people just sort of ambling their way down the roads, a couple playing with their child, wind chimes chime in the breeze, nothing that seems out of the ordinary to you.
And here's a question. When Neela busted down the door, is it still on the hinges?
The front door?
Yeah.
The roll wasn't that high. It's loosened, but it's
Okay.
on the hinges.
I'm gonna-
Sorry!
I'm going to close the door. And then, is there any kind of like
You don't
furniture
need Foley. I don't know why
nearby?
I keep doing that.
Is there anything nearby the door?
Like furniture-wise?
Yeah.
You're trying to bar it.
Yeah.
There can certainly be a chair if you'd like to
I
wedge
want
it.
to just try and quickly wedge it because I want to check upstairs and make sure that they're okay.
Okay. You can wedge the door. And I don't know where you got the hammer and nails.
Also,
Apparently-
we're continuing the Foley.
Yeah, I know where
We don't need it,
I
but
can't
we want
stop.
it.
We definitely
I come from
my
radio.
immersion.
It's what we deserve.
My immersion.
I am taking the painting off the wall.
Great. So this all happens kind of simultaneously. Astrid, you've barricaded the door as people have made their way up and downstairs. There's a silence above and a crash below. You crunch upon plates back up to the top floor. And as you see Curse grabbing the frame of a painting, you look on it and with some astonishment, you realize she's taking down a painting of Cassium, Aurum, and Alette. They're standing around you and smiling. But as you watch, their faces start to rot and peel, sagging and sliding off of their bones. They look like they're in pain, all while you between them remain the same, smiling on the canvas until the color drains away and it's just a blank bit of cloth in a frame.
See something gross too?
Yeah. My parents and my somebody I know. Their faces were peeling and decaying. Well, I was fine.
I'm sorry.
Did you see anything? Because are we taking it with us?
Yeah.
We want to take it with us.
Yeah, I figured.
Curse steals now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now?
Let's.
Curse also says, now. And I figured Pry will want to see it.
Yeah.
And while we, I'll maybe head back downstairs. Is there anything else to see up here? It's just literally a bedroom up here.
A blank room. And
Okay.
I'll say, as you have that conversation and you begin to pull the painting off the wall and get it loose,
Head back down.
we will be cutting to our downstairs party after this very, very short break.
Oh!
Don't go anywhere!
What?
Stay tuned because someone might die
Wait.
and you want to be here for
I
it.
dare you.
I set this house on fire.
We'll see you all very shortly.
I die of house fire, I think.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're jumping right back into our adventure, episode 7 of Banesbreak. Pox on the Peninsula. It's just all downhill from here. Speaking of down, stairs in this case. This is the worst opening I've ever done. Oh no!
Yeah, wow,
However-
you were serving big failed save energy there, man.
I know. Okay.
What's
So,
save?
So, y'all in the downstairs crew, the door opens. Proceeding in, you see a wide basement level. Light streams in thin slivers from the windows lining the top of the room. It's musty and stale. Bits of refuse line the walls, but like the rest of the house, it's devoid of a lot of furnishings. Very bare down here, save for a single chair in the middle of the room in which is set a female Aarakocra. She is not bound or restrained,
Is she conscious?
but she is slumped back. Her face is out of view, and you can faintly see something dripping down from her face,
Yes.
landing behind the chair.
Would love to go over.
Wait.
Okay.
The house is really... It bites.
I go over to her.
All right.
It's a
Pry,
Yeah.
you approach her, and as your foot crosses a particular stone on the floor,
Are you kidding
we
me?
all knew it was coming. Come
Yeah,
on.
of course.
You feel the house lurch slightly. Y'all in the upstairs crew as well feel this sort of shake of the house as you're proceeding downstairs. The door to the
running.
basement slams shut behind you in the downstairs crew, and the ceiling begins grinding down
I'm
onto
taking
you.
back the smartest person in the group title.
What do you do?
Are you incapable of kicking the door open again? I do a medicine check on her.
Okay, nice.
All right.
Roll medicine for me.
Die. Ugh. Not good. 11.
She's so healthy. No. I
Is she
say
alive?
it's not hard to figure out basically what's going on here. She is alive, for sure. And looking her over, she seems mostly unharmed physically, at least as far as you can tell with your 11 check. However, there is a faint trail of blood running down from her eyes and her ears, further tinged with a subtle mottled green color
That can't
mixed
be
in
good.
with the blood. And she is stirring ever so slightly. Meanwhile, in the upstairs crew,
Running.
the house lurches. You all
Is
start
the
making
ceiling coming down
haste.
for us or only in the
You
basement?
don't feel it. No, nothing changes for you. You only felt
Okay.
the house shake.
Okay.
But running downstairs to the basement, the door is now shut in front of you.
Okay, but listen. I did roll to see whether or not I could break down the door again, and I did roll a natural 20, and I need everyone to congratulate me. Thank you.
Great. Bravo! Bravo!
I see it.
Every time?
Oh my God, it's the big one too.
It's the big one.
It's the big one.
Everybody's natural response to just golf clap.
Thanks, guys.
So you rolled natural to kick the door. Meanwhile,
get out, yeah.
Yeah, you have other people now on the other side of it who I'm assuming will also try and breach it from the exterior.
No, I know Neela's gonna kick that door.
So you're just standing on the stairs, just like,
I'm yelling through
this will
the
probably
door.
be fine. Okay.
It'll take me a second to like pick the lock. It'll take too long.
I really would love you to do that.
Give me a point of inspiration and I'll do it.
Yeah. Deal any day of the week.
Negotiation.
Wait, that's an option.
Sorry. Negotiation was an option.
Yeah.
I know he's gonna get kicked.
I pop
You had a nat 20.
I pop open my vest. Don't worry about it. I've got this.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second. The trick with these kind of doors, because I've seen this before, Peninsula doors are so specific in the way.
Slam! And Jibe gets pasted to the side of the wall.
Wait, which way did the door go in the first time?
It went in, but is now an outie door.
Okay.
Neela has made the innie and outie. And Jibe takes 7 points of door damage.
Oh, buddy. I'm
Takes
sorry.
7 points of
I
comedic
immediately-
irony damage.
I immediately.
See, what did I
am going
say?
to heal.
Save
I'm gonna
it
cure
for the
wounds.
people who need
And you
it.
absolutely get your point of inspiration.
Thank you.
Does she
are
look
you
like she's
so
like
dead?
binded or anything, like to the chair that she's sitting
Good
in?
question. So, when you're looking her over, Luca, I'm assuming you're also
Uh-huh.
trying to assist here. It looks like not only is she not bound now, it looks as though she wasn't bound during any part of whatever this process, whatever she underwent, was happening. She does, however, begin to stir. And because you're both standing there, I'm going to roll this. This is a 1. Okay. As she begins to stir awake, she throws out a freaking haymaker, and she's going to catch Luca in the side of the face.
Respect.
Dealing.
Wow, you can catch these wings.
Okay. These wings. These babies ain't boneless. And
No air cockroach harmed in the making of this film.
well, just one.
One look.
So far.
However, you take the haymaker to the face. It wasn't too bad actually. You
Okay.
take 4 points of damage, bludgeoning damage to the beak.
Ow! Hey, you okay?
And she looks at you and she's speaking in Aarakocran. They were in my mind. They made me remember things. I thought I was somewhere else. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Are you
Can
okay?
you just grab her already? We have to go.
I'm just trying to make sure that she's okay.
The room is getting
can
smaller.
Doors open, come
outside.
on.
Okay, I'm gonna grab you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like piggyback. All right, let's go.
Okay. And the door has already been opened, so surely you can simply get the cat out of there.
I'm cutting you off the wall.
Drive.
I was
You
gonna
alright?
run up
I'm
the
looking, by the way.
stairs and move the chair from the door that I barred.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly go and
We
do
can
that.
leave now. Remove chair.
Yeah.
Great. So yeah, you unbar the door.
Well, everybody else is
Nails
still
out.
there.
How much time do I have before the door is no longer passable for a drow my size?
I'd say you're looking inside of 5 to 6 seconds.
That's a whole round. Can I make an investigation check as I move
Hell
out? I'm just looking for anything that might have been left behind by the people interrogating her, because it's very interesting that she wasn't bound. But if there's any sort of like...
I love that for you.
Yeah, thank you.
I want an investigation check.
Cool.
And I want it now.
All right, it's 15.
Okay. That's pretty good. I'd say okay. Yeah, so aside from noticing the expected boot marks of collars surrounding her during the interrogation process and a pattern on the floor, you do notice there appears to be, off to the side, discarded, what seems like a syringe. as best you understand it. Not in the more modern, very like cleanly medicinal type of syringe, but it's more like a jagged bit of metal and a glass container with a plunger you can force something in with.
Perfect description of how a syringe.
But you know, like it's like crude and medieval.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Do the hand motion one more time.
What were they doing? Was it this? Okay, you know, it's prize sign language again. It's,
What happened to Kelsis?
He was impaled with a like ice spike
Okay.
from Kifo back
Sorry,
in Desna.
I heard a stabby thing and my brain went bing.
But that is all you find.
Cool. I pocket it and scooch towards the door.
Beautiful. As you make your way out back into the streets, the Aarakocran woman is talking to you, Luca, and saying, in Aarakocran, they're going to the village, to Keseksume. They wanted to know things about it.
How far is that from where we're at right now? I mean, I'm assuming that's like super duper far.
Here's the trick, though. You've never heard of Keseksume. Despite having grown up in Tayo, that town is not familiar to you, but if it is in Suncrest, which you are given to believe it must be, then that's a ways by road.
Okay.
But if you look on your map, and you at home can as well, Suncrest does share a border with the Peninsula. You're currently in the peninsulan city of Ignaci on the coast. You'd have to, over time now, make your way to Suncrest to attempt to salvage this village, which is perhaps somewhere around that lake. It's hard to say where, unless you ask her, of course.
I'm gonna ask her that.
What do you say?
I'm going to say, God, I don't even know. Well, first and foremost, are you okay? Is everything okay with you?
I think I'm okay. I still feel off. I feel like there are fingerprints in my mind, like someone was feeling around for something.
I don't think that she's doing so hot. Well, do you think that you could take us to
Catholicism?
You have to find Jesus.
What is
on your
that?
own. It's not
What
a
is
thing.
Catholicism?
You just say.
I can take you to Keseksume, yes, I can show you where it is. Oh, I am sorry, I forgot, you do not speak Aarakocran.
If
And
it's
now
faster for you to speak in
she's speaking in
Aarakocra.
common now.
Yeah.
Are we?
I kind of forgot you guys can't hear that.
I assume you've all been able to make it out now
We're
to
out
the
of the house,
street.
right? All
For
of us
sure.
have left?
Yeah.
Okay,
Do you want to burn it
so
down?
what?
Does she reiterate what city in common?
The callers, they were going to Keseksume, to my village in Suncrest.
Where is that?
It is on the lake. It is not far from Tayo, from up the mountain, but it is in the foothills, on the far side of the lake, across from Shirohane.
I pick up the pigeon that's on
That's
my
me run
shoulder
from you.
and I go, Brian, you could write a note. we could send it. They would get there faster
You know
than we
that these
can.
are different. There's different kinds of pigeons. Is this a messenger pigeon that's been specifically trained for this ability?
Now,
I'm
of course,
really
Pride,
good with animals.
being well studied
And
in
if I
this
take a tiny nap, I
subject,
can be sense.
knows that traditionally messenger pigeons are brought on campaign and then sent back to their home roost, which is where they know how to home to.
I could probably talk to that pigeon.
However,
I'm
you
doing
have
it.
no reason to believe the pigeon couldn't make an attempt. The success of said attempt is up for debate.
Why is the pigeon sticky? Oh, I was there. I remember. I hold it slightly differently.
Yes.
Business end out.
I would
Okay,
also.
buddy.
Just legs in the air.
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
The sticky part of the pigeon? Yeah.
Okay,
I
let's
would
stop saying
be
it.
so happy to write it
So
down.
where Nikram's ears are burning again.
If I don't have to hold the
Yeah, I didn't mean to hand you
No.
the pigeon. I was just showing it to you. You just took it.
I'm doing the thing where I just alter its body and its head staying still.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Because it's funny to me. Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly bring our new Aarakocran friend some water. Just while this is happening, I just want to establish, and I'm just like doing a thing. I'm just like, okay, keep your eyes focused on me. I'm gonna center you here. Just stay here. Have this water. You're gonna settle. It's gonna be okay. This is not the pigeon. This is the Aarakocran.
I know. I'm just,
okay.
like if she handed
I
it
just-
off,
yeah.
I did the Foley.
Ignore that. But whatever's happening with this, I came into it honestly similar to you and me, Rex. I have no idea. Like honestly,
like the concern that he thought you were talking to Pigeon.
And then like you're trying to center the pigeon.
I was knocked so hard. Okay, listen,
Sorry
my pigeon
about that,
friend.
mate.
You know, it's okay. Don't worry about it, Luca.
To be fair though, me locking
blame-
eyes with you and making a pigeon noise really does get that across,
While he was
doesn't
talking
it?
to an Aarakocra,
I
yeah.
was trying to keep my
When
eye
I
line,
saw
you know
Fry
what I mean?
hand the pigeon over, I'm like, it's gonna have something to say about that.
Of course.
So you have water.
Oh yeah. Man, I've got like my water skin and stuff like that. So I'm just
thank
like
you.
offering. Yeah. Just
Would you
take
like
some.
something stronger?
What is it?
Ah,
Okay.
there you go. Awesome.
And she has a
That's
sip.
probably how she got into this. You should ask more questions.
I am called Zais. I'm the matriarch of Kesek Sume. I was traveling the coast with my acolytes to seek assistance with the color troubles we've been having lately in Suncrest, as I was compelled by signs that we received. It was never like this, though. Like you saw the big group. There were so many callers. We've never had that before. It's only been a few here and there. They're moving with this cohort, and that one caller was sickening, even to look at, too. He was the one who was questioning me the
Green
most.
aura?
Dwarf?
He guessed, the dwarven man, he gave off that icky
Yeah.
vibe.
Okay. Can I make... Oh,
Please go ahead.
Can I make another medicine check now that we're kind of out of duress?
Wait.
Just to see what... Huh? What?
I said yes in French.
Why? Okay.
With a Parisian accent, mind
That
you.
was very good. No.
What'd you roll?
I got 2.
Okay, I want to know. And so what are we trying to do?
6. I'm just trying to figure out, like, she mentioned some sort of, like, fingerprints on her mind to see if I can
Yeah.
see anything more deeply.
Yeah, I'd say
I'll cast Cure Wounds on her while I'm looking at her.
looking at her. Thank you. But looking at her from the outside, nothing stands out as obvious. Like, oh, I can tell this means this. If that makes sense.
Okay, well, I think you're fine. So we're just going to keep going.
Okay, I will take your word
Thank you.
for it.
Oh, God. Do you hear this? This is what we need. Take my word for it.
Were you traveling with
Before we go, can we please have
Yes, I was traveling with all of my acolytes from Kesek Sume to try to drum up support. People to come help us fight off the Kalars, or at least give them reason to not take so much interest in our village.
Do you know where they went? You were
My
captured?
acolytes?
Yes.
We were ambushed and I was taken from them. I do not know where they may have made off to. I can only hope they fled back home to warn them.
Do you know the fastest way to get there?
I do. There is a road leading west, northwest from here that will take us into Suncrest. However, if we want to keep pace with the Colors, we're going to probably want to get mounts. Something to allow us to not be on foot as we travel back, especially if we want to be able to rest at night, which I still might need to recover a little bit.
I could probably go for a nap, honestly.
There was a stables near the edge of the western road out of town, and I've met the horseman there before. He is amiable.
Okay, I mean, feels...
Yeah, we should get some horses and go as fast as
Yeah,
we can.
feels like it might be a bit of a rush. Again, before we go, though, if we could just make some time. Curse, please. Can we please set the house on fire? I'm really mad at it.
Oh, I thought you wanted to cure wounds. No.
I
You
also
no,
was
no, no.
so ready to heal.
Oh, no,
no.
I just want to set the house on fire.
Wow.
great.
Single focus.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah?
So
Yeah.
Do you need more healing? You alright?
I think I am okay for now.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, if you want to heal, like, you
No,
don't have to worry about me.
I feel like I am past the worst of it, and I will recover with time.
Yeah, same. But the fire will certainly help.
I'm gonna cast Produce Flame, and then I'm gonna like hold it out for Neela so that she can torch it.
So I'll just
Just grab Neil's hand and cast it through her, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
We established that.
Can I say that I've got like an extra bottle of like a little bottle of booze on my belt, like in addition to the
That
cup?
stretches the imagination.
Like tear off a little bit of cloth and just like dip it a little bit in Curse's Produce Flame, and I'll like offer like a little bit to the Aarakocra. You wanna?
What am I doing with the fire?
Do you wanna burn the house? I thought you said you wanna burn the house down.
Oh!
I can throw, yes.
Go for
I
it.
will throw, yes, of course. Okay. And she gives it a toss. It crashes into the house, and the 250 ABV alcohol on your belt
Don't worry about the numbers.
spreads across the face of the house. And now, while the material these houses are made from is not the most flammable, it does begin to catch and burn a little bit.
This is gonna bite us in the ass.
I
later.
wonder if the houses are too close together or that the fire might
Yeah.
spread.
We probably should have put that out.
I can control
I don't care.
flames.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, you did.
already
Yeah,
Just sort of
Yeah.
carve a beautiful
Yeah,
shape
yeah.
Don't worry
here.
about
Just-
it.
Okay, let's just keep
I'm
it.
just
fire,
keeping
yeah.
it contained
There.
to the house.
Just vogue it a little bit.
Meanwhile,
Worth
though,
it.
I did get a note from, like, Prithv wrote a little note to give to the pigeon.
Ah.
So, pigeons, there's not really a challenge rating for pigeons.
Low.
Right. So, I'm going to set the pigeon down next to me, and then I'm going to wild shape into a pigeon. So that we can
Yeah, that's perfect.
communicate,
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
and I'm going to do my best to communicate where it needs to go to deliver the message.
What do you say?
I can't roll my tongue, Vince.
What's it sound like?
Yeah, full trill. And the pigeon,
That's perfect.
the pigeon goes,
Uh-oh.
And my beak smiles kind of like I do, and it is not cute.
Little teeth.
Yeah.
oh.
Give yourself teeth.
All right.
And I just kind of like use my beak to like pat the top of its head, and
I'll
then I'll
try.
wild shape out.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So how did it go? The conversation?
Oh, that's still a
See,
thing.
no, I'm good.
Squeaker.
I'm good. I'm gonna go take a lap.
Sorry, it was good. I think it can do it.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Great. I'll be back.
You good?
It was weird. Sorry, Pariah. That was a weird thing that you
Who
said.
knows where cats
It's
go?
okay.
Honestly,
I'll be back.
So do you affix the note to the pigeon?
I do, yes.
And what does the note read, Pry?
It says, callers en route, get out, take what you can. That's it. It's a little note. It's a little leg.
Could we
Yeah.
have maybe put her name on it?
Oh, yeah. Signed.
did we get her name?
did.
Zais.
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 Space.
Or like Zais
Yeah.
was with us or something.
Yeah.
Zais was here.
Great.
Yeah.
The pigeon. It's more of a dove, which are pigeons.
Same.
Looks around and seems to like feel the air a bit with its wings, like.
Can you wipe the cranberry off of it so it's not like extra tasty
I
for
don't wanna
predators?
interrupt. It's doing its
This thing
thing.
is like a Thanksgiving feast.
It's glazed.
It looks up at the sun and it's like,
It's a glazed
Well, no, that
dove
one's
nut.
ours.
this is painful to watch.
I don't think it knows where it's
Oh
going.
my god. This thing is spitting in the wind. Did you explain where it needs to go?
Oh, there it goes.
And it takes
so.
off.
Okay.
I did make a roll for the success of that journey. We'll get
find
back
out.
to that.
Can I guidance the pigeon?
You can chuck a guidance at it.
Yeah, I do one more like. Go. Ugh. Cast guidance.
Go with
I
God.
pressed digitation.
Thank you.
I should have just sent that to the bird.
Ah,
Too late. Bye.
too late.
It has the cranberry like smeared, like you do on the field of battle.
say it's war paint
Yeah,
now.
it's war paint.
Yo, that pigeon looks very cool.
If we take a nap, I can do so many helpful things. Until
Same.
then, I am
Honestly.
You
useless.
can take a nap on the horse. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can rest while we are riding on horseback if you'd like, or we can rest before we get horses.
No, let's get
They're
horses.
hours
It's time to
to
go. We
Okay.
did just set a fire, so
Yeah.
we should probably.
I'll stay awake and then I can tie both of your horses to my horse and.
Yeah, whatever works. Definitely need to
great.
rest. But yeah, let's go talk to somebody about a couple of mounts.
His name is Pobben.
His name is what?
Pobben.
You okay?
Robin.
And he is a very helpful man. He helped us to get some horses when we were traveling the coast. Okay, I'll take you to him.
Yeah, it sounds good. Can you get some of the blood off? Just I think
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
alarm
press the
people.
digitation. All of us make us a little bit more presentable.
Proceeding
just-
from the residences.
I'm carrying a painting, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes! So
What
Curse
is-
is literally
Yeah.
holding the portrait.
Okay, so what is?
Are you holding it canvas in or canvas out?
Oh god.
I've been holding a canvas in. I'm not trying to catch anybody by surprise on
great.
that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
So while we're walking, I would love to walk and talk. I'm just gonna be like,
Yeah. Oh, do you need me off to the side?
I'm gonna turn this around. We can keep walking, but like,
Okay.
I'm gonna turn this around.
Stole a painting.
I did, but it was for you. It's
thank you.
bad.
I hate landscapes.
I don't know what it's
Ugh,
gonna
it's
be.
a
This is not
Kincaid.
a good thing or a nice gift. But when you look at it, it'll show you something.
And Pry, you are shocked to see that apparently Curse has been carrying around a painting of Tia, Vijon's daughter, lying in state. Her face is pitted, barely held together by makeup and stuffing for the sake of an open casket. And even as you watch, her flesh sinks back into her body, and she is little but green ick beneath,
It's not real. It's not.
before the color drains from the canvas.
Yes. It's not real.
It showed me and Jive and Astrid something too, and they were all about death.
Okay.
But
Can I see it for a second and I'm happy to return it to you?
you can have it.
Oh. Thank you. I want to pop it out of its frame and roll it up.
Oh.
Cool.
I didn't need to mime it.
Smart. I don't know why
You
I
got
didn't
it.
do that.
I mean, canvas does roll quite well.
Frame.
It's a nice frame.
Hey, baby girl, do you want me to take the... And I open up my pocket that is a bag of holding. Do you want it? Yeah. It's very silly.
Just plunge that shit down there. There we go.
There it is.
Ow,
It's
ow.
all right.
And we're good.
Uh,
Thank you very
proceeding.
I figured you would understand it better than I do. So maybe there's got to be a reason they had that in that house.
Oh, that was just a very mean house.
Oh.
But now we have the mean thing.
And the house is on fire.
And the house is on fire. Oh, that is very close.
I'm no
to some
longer
of
controlling the frame. Let's go.
You see, you hear their shouting as people begin to run up with like
It's
buckets,
time to go.
and Nitram is throwing birds at it.
Why?
They're helping.
All are like surrounding the house and like trying to flap it,
Okay.
but the flame gets bigger.
Yeah,
Birds don't know how pyrotechnics work. They don't know the laws of thermodynamics. Proceeding from Luca doesn't know the laws of thermodynamics.
You see him trying to do it himself. He's like,
Come on.
much bigger.
Horse time. Horse
Big
time.
problem.
Proceeding from the residences along the road west, you shortly encounter, as expected, the familiar rural smells of animal husbandry as a stable and don't think about it too hard.
It smells like horse fuck.
Smells
Smells like horse fucks.
It smells kind of good.
What? What?
That briny.
Way worse.
Briny? What?
Why is there
This is not
Why
built
does
for
horse fucking smell briny?
Listen,
And
we're
I
gonna
think up to this
continue.
point, the show has been PG-13, but that was 3.
Oh, oops.
I mean, that was
That
pride.
was on me.
Okay, so let's get the horses and get out of here.
As a stable and ranch house comes into view, there's a fellow in the pen, tall and gangly in a set of patchwork canvas overalls and shirtless beneath it. By the color of the patches on his trousers, you can hazard a guess what became of his shirt. Zais leans over the fence. Pubbin! And the man raises his head and a broad woven hat flaps about in the breeze. Hey? Oh! Hello there, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, right. What can I do for you?
We're looking for horses.
Oh, you need some mighty steeds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where are you journeying to? I went Scottish all of a sudden. I can't help it.
I, knowing that we are on wanted posters, am just kind of like
Yeah, real talk.
visibly still a pink
are
tiefling.
any of you making any attempt to disguise your appearance? You saw the wanted poster at the
forgot about
tavern.
I want to disguise
No.
many faces myself.
Okay.
I have no way to disguise myself.
Congratulations.
I mean, I guess I could throw a hood
I'm
on.
just like one of these.
Yeah.
A hood moment.
I'll throw a hood up. I'm still pink.
Yeah, there's no really hiding it, so it's more about making this interaction as quick as
No,
possible.
Jive just strolls up.
Yeah.
Right, if I may ask, where are you all headed?
We're just going on a little vacation, really. All things considered.
Where
just a
are you?
bit-
Where are you from?
Your accent sounds so familiar.
You know, it's so funny you say that. I was just about to ask you the exact same thing.
So many peaks and valleys.
I'm trying to find it.
You went like Irish, Edinburgh, Devonshire. Like,
Here we go. We can
that's
settle
a
into a
Fens
dated.
right. Well,
Yeah.
if you're making a trip that's a bit on the longer side, I can get you some stronger steeds to make it.
excellent.
that sounds
absolutely, yeah.
Well, I like dealing with you for some reason. I find you rather
Stop
appealing.
it.
You remind me of home.
Where are you originally from then, if you don't mind me asking?
That's a great question. You know what? I've never decided where this accent is from.
Here.
You know what? It's funny you ask. I'm actually from the west side of the Republic, a little town called Harwin.
Oh, you've got to be bloody kidding me. That's incredible. I'm nowhere from there.
What a funny coincidence then.
It sounds lovely. Would love to visit. Unfortunately, right now, I think that we're going on just a bit of a ride.
Bit of a ride, are we?
Are you making fun of me?
Sorry, I can't help. When I listen to people, I slip into their accents.
You've got to be bloody kidding me. I do the exact same thing.
That's
do the
magnificent.
exact same thing.
That is incredible to hear. I can't believe I've finally met someone just like me.
Are we starting to spiral completely out?
I believe this is a feedback loop.
Everyone, this is the most magnificent thing that's ever happened.
Horses.
I look
Yes.
horrified.
We need 7. We need 7 horses.
Oh, well, I'm afraid I've got 6 available right now.
That'll do.
Okay.
Well, no.
What?
I couldn't let go of the donkey.
We'll take the donkey.
No, he's too special to me.
We'll give you an extra gold.
The donkey is playing a vital role in my farm's animal husbandry
Well, hang
experiment.
on. Can the two
have
of us
to-
ride? Can't at least 2 people share a horse?
The matron maybe can sit with somebody smaller.
We got hollow bed
Are you
bones.
light because of your bird bones?
I am tall and spacious.
Didn't answer my
I
question.
contain multitudes.
You cannot
Yeah,
perceive my weight.
I tried to
Maybe
pick him up.
Maybe some
Okay,
of
you want to like just bear hug and lift?
Absolutely not. That would require physical contact.
All right.
I'm heavy.
I'll share a horse.
Heavy for a bird for sure.
Yes.
You're a lot of muscle.
The matron, yeah, she can share
It's
with
lean
me.
protein, though.
You two could probably share a horse.
Yeah, but I do need to
What
know
do you
what experiment is happening with the donkey.
Well, I'm investing in a sort of breeding program. Sorry, can you talk some more?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, to just kind of ground both of us.
Right, yeah, okay. I'm on your
Yeah.
page
Explain
now.
it in
Yeah.
as much detail as you can.
Right,
So
so
what
I
exactly?
thought...
Yep, go ahead.
So here's
Yep.
the thing. We all know that a lot of animals are loosely related to each other. Like how you can breed various types of horses,
Yeah.
but you can also breed like horses and mules, and like if they're close enough, they make things.
Here's the thing. A mule is the cross between a
That's
donkey and a
right.
horse.
Okay,
But
thank you.
mules
That
can't
was
reproduce.
it. But mules can't breed. Okay, we found that out the hard way. It took a while.
They have
However,
the instinct, but not
so
really.
my
fruitful.
theory
don't
is,
need
as
this.
long as the
actively
animals are
stealing
close
horses right
enough
now.
in similarity, you can just continually breed them with the next closest animal, and eventually you can breed a horse with like a pigeon or something.
This is fascinating, but we need our horses.
So we're in the donkey stage of the program now,
Okay.
and we're trying to get
Worried
smaller
about
from there. My thought is, if we get down to like eventually like a groundhog, we can go from a groundhog to a small similar bird, and then back up.
That makes sense.
How?
Right. So
do
about
the
those horses.
Neela was already almost like thinking about actively just going to steal some. At this
Astrid was
point.
getting there.
Right, I'm gonna go lead them out. There's 6 here. Whoever wants to ride which ones, it's fine. See, it's really more the horse chooses the adventurer, I'd like to say.
Okay.
Here we go. And he leads them out and introduces them one by one.
What are those horses' names?
So, from left to right, we have Spitty.
Oh
I love Spinny.
Stumpy.
I love Stumpy.
Sticky.
no! Oh no!
I love Sticky.
Simple. Sexy. And spiteful.
Wait, okay. Quick question.
Spitty
Yeah, oh,
looks
yeah.
like an ordinary horse, but does seem to sort of hiss and spit a little bit anyone who makes eye contact with them. Stumpy looks to be like a corgi of horses, truly. Legs at half length, but body normal. Sticky seems to be a normal horse, but covered in this sort of dark ichor sheen is all over its body. Simple is kind of just like gazing up at the sky idly. Sexy is literally the hottest horse you've ever seen. And look, I'm not saying I would fuck that horse.
I'm saying
if I were
was
a horse,
I would.
I would fuck that horse.
Lion King rules. Got it.
We want.
And Spiteful just seems like he's out for something, just looking to make some bad blood.
I would like to have a roll off with Astrid. It's out and in Who's rolling? I don't know for sexy. All right, flat on the die. It's a 15.
Yeah, you got him.
Oh, Curse got sexy.
I do want Spiteful.
You deserve.
I don't
Spiteful.
think anyone will contest you for that.
I mean,
Does Neil want
my
Spiteful?
second choice.
No.
A roll off for Spiteful?
no. Because you know what? I think that Sticky's got possibilities. And
You're not going to fall off that one.
that's
you
the
could take
thing,
a nap.
is I need to take a nap, so I figure if I take the Sticky one...
Nobody
I'll
with
just-
fur or feathers should take Sticky.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually probably true.
Right, so we have Neela with Sticky, Curse with Sexy, Pry with Spiteful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have Spitty or Simple.
Or
Well, no, you have
Stompy.
Stumpy.
yeah,
Or
Spitty,
Stumpy.
Stumpy, and Simple.
Isn't there also silly?
No,
Nope.
we're down one horse.
Yeah, there's only 6 horses.
Zais will be sharing a horse with one of you.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't actually be sharing with me.
Oh.
Just with the
She needs to take a nap too.
right.
I do not want to get a stick in my feathers if it's not a
Yeah,
problem.
that's what I was worried about.
It seems gooey.
I don't know. Let's see.
I'll take Simple.
And yeah, you stick on it.
Simple.
Simple licks your face like a dog.
Aw. Maybe she should.
It
get
purrs
me
like a
then.
cat.
Seems
Why?
like
Why? Okay.
a gentle
We now
enough
have
horse.
Stumpy and Spitty.
And everybody else is accounted for
Just
except for
us
just
two?
us?
Yeah, it's you two.
Okay. So, okay.
You can have Stumpy if you want.
Which one do you want?
I guess that one.
You're a little, you're a big guy. Stumpy would be tough.
Yeah.
Stumpy would be really hard for me. My
Okay.
feet would just be dragging on the floor the whole time.
Okay. In that case, please enjoy Spitty.
So you want Stumpy?
Want is such a big word.
He leads the horse over to you.
Excellent. Everybody, get on and let's go. Bye. Thank
And
you so much.
you can basically just like straddle the horse. Like you can swing a leg over from a standing position.
Oh no.
However, he does still have the bridles tied up. Right, those will be 35 travers each. Now, these are fine-bred steeds, reliable, and they'll get you where you need to go. And I'll remind you, this is a buyout. You get the horse.
Oh, I don't think that's necessary.
Are these
Well, how do I get it back?
That's a good point. I look at
You said it was an extra gold for
the Aarakocra whose name
Well,
that I
only
know.
forgot the
Yes.
donkey. We don't get the
Zeiss.
donkey.
Yeah.
Nice.
Zeiss, dude.
Hello?
You got like a hookup on this? You said.
On the horses? Like,
Yeah, don't you know the patron? I forget his name. What is his name again?
what?
What is his name again?
Pubbin?
What was his
Pubbin?
name?
Pubbin?
That's it.
Pubbin? I know Pubbin.
It's the way he says it.
Yeah, I thought you had a hookup.
I got horses from Pubbin before, but I paid Pubbin the same price that Pubbin offered you. I could ask Pubbin for a discount.
I love
that.
Personally, more than satisfied by what's happened so far, but we can keep going.
Hang on.
Also, I'll remind you all, you have a shitload of money.
We do.
Oh, what if we don't?
When did we get about money?
Y'all are meant to keep track of your bank. You got like several platinums.
Actually,
That'd
we
be
did.
true.
We
You
did.
got a whole like bag full of platinums before.
Oh
Neela
my
has
goodness,
all
we
of it.
totally did.
Oh my
and
God,
we like
wait,
split
I
it and
have-
I don't
everything,
have
remember?
any.
It's the most D&D
Yes,
thing.
you have all
And
the
then we
money.
held on to it.
I have the money.
You have the money.
Who gave me the money?
Did you not write it down?
I
I
also
think
have
you
the
lost
money.
it.
No. I have it if it's in my other character
Yeah.
sheet.
Yeah. Also
Okay.
have
I
my.
completely forgot.
I want to see if I can persuade him to take a couple Travers.
What do you say?
I'm gonna just ask the DM for just mechanics.
Oh, you just want to roll
I
it?
just want to roll it.
Go for it. Roll persuasion.
Persuasion.
Because my notes.
A 7 with a 5, so math. 12, yeah.
And now I want you to say something.
All right. I don't look like myself, so I'm gonna go
What
up.
do you look like, actually? What's your disguise?
Just a very simple-looking woman with brown hair and brown eyes, little suntanned farmer type.
You're trying to blend into a crowd a
Yeah.
little bit. Someone who looks like they're from the Peninsula and could be like part of the rural folk.
Yeah.
I see.
Go up and say, I know you were buying out these horses, but we are trying to get somewhere very quickly, even if it's for vacation. It's the first time any of us have ever left this area, the peninsula, and we are hoping to get there quite fast and safely. We do not have a ton of money. If it'd be possible to lower the cost a little bit to lighten our burden, we would appreciate that.
I want a supercut of 4 minutes ago when Vince said, "You have a ton of money."
We'll just cut that in.
I love it.
We're gonna need that for later.
Yeah, we
As you say that, Zais is also like leaning over the fence, like trying to be bird persuasive, but she doesn't haggle. So she's like,
Persuasive.
persuasive.
She's a pigeon. Hold on. I speak pigeon.
hang on. So actually, you know what?
Oh my god.
Okay, I rolled an 11 for Pobbin. So, you know what? Well, I do like the look of all of you, and I want you to have a nice vacation out there
Oh, thanks very much.
in, well, what's actually not a very safe part of the country right now, so good luck. You know what? You'll probably need that money for medical bills anyway, for
Right,
healers.
Guaranteed. Have you seen me?
I'll give them to you for 30 travers each. That final offer.
30 travers each.
What makes it so unsafe?
I took off 5 travers per horse.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's a good
horses.
deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a massive discount.
I'm not
Have
saying
to
it's not a
ask
good
again.
deal.
Why isn't it safe?
Oh, have you not heard?
No, what's up?
No, I've never left this town, I guess.
Good, yes, and I like that.
She did Second City.
That was a yes, I guess.
It was a, yeah, sure.
Browning's really paying off over there.
These are good jokes, just so you know.
Like 5 of you will get it.
Yeah, all 5 of you, you're welcome.
We're doing roll inside baseball.
Well, all the traders and merchants and travelers coming in from that way right now are telling us there's a whole breakout of pox, of some plague out in the wilds right now. A lot of folks getting sick. It's not looking too great out there.
Noted.
Yeah. Takes them rather quick too, unfortunately, those who fall struck. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be careful.
Yeah.
Money, please.
Mila.
I mean, yeah, I guess I have it, and we have that much.
I can break a crest.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we have like a crest or two.
Well, it'll cost more than a crest or 2.
Good thing I
That's
understand this currency.
So what?
So
That's,
it's
that's
30
three,
travers
that's,
each,
so
which is
that's
30
three,
gold.
That's 3
18.
crests per horse, right?
Yeah.
That's 18 crests total, that's right.
Got you.
All right. Yeah, we definitely have that. Probably.
Oh, good. And that sounds like the kind of thing you'll make a note about so you can sort of tally it up
Okay,
later.
I guarantee you, I made the notes. They're over there. Leave me alone.
I've written it down.
Great. Ooh, that's a hefty sack.
Wait, hold on. I did write this down earlier.
Yeah, no, somebody else also wrote it down.
I said what I said.
I know your line of business.
I don't know why anyone thought I
I've been doing the
We
British
have a
program
group
way too
pod.
long.
Yeah,
And it's
and
not that big.
Well, good luck on your hedgehog
I've
horses.
got 41 gold
Thank
in my
you.
inventory for
Yes.
some reason.
Oh.
You have at least 41.
Yeah.
I have at least 41, but I also don't know where that money came from. It's fine.
We got a
we
lot
have
of
it.
money.
We
So
have
you've
horses
spent
now.
the equivalent of 180 gold or 18 platinum on this transaction.
18
We gotta be
platinum.
frugal going forward.
Mounted and
Steal
resolved.
Nice video.
The road lies ahead. Do you choose to set off?
Yes.
Yeah, if we can at a fairly brisk pace for those, except for those of us who maybe need to
Map.
rest.
I mean, you can take a short rest on horseback.
yeah,
I'll,
that
you
would
want
be
to.
lead.
I'll take the
lead.
ropes and then don't worry because we can. Yeah.
And I'm stuck
Also,
to this horse. I'm
Sticky-
good.
Oh yeah,
Might be able to
you
stick
can literally
stuff.
fall asleep. You are not getting off that horse.
I'll keep an eye on you. Don't worry.
trust you.
I'm sleeping as well, so I can get some.
I mean, it's a short rest. You don't actually have to fall asleep, but
What if
you're
I
just,
did
like chilling.
fall asleep?
Yeah, take a rest.
You can.
Sleep.
I mean, sure. Okay, so I think you're so firmly stuck to this horse that even like the fabric of your clothes
Yeah.
is adhered. If you lean back, it just tugs, so you like stick upright.
Do you want?
So it's a short rest, not a long rest.
This, well, I mean, you can take
How
a long rest,
How
but
long
you.
is it?
Well,
How long is the trip?
This will probably be until you choose to make camp. So, I mean, it's about the afternoon now, maybe 3 or 4. You'll probably ride for another 4, maybe max 5 hours.
Oh, then I don't need to sleep if we're just going to camp. I figured we were trying to make it.
Well, I'm not saying nothing else will happen. Oh no, this is a trip.
Okay.
How
Noted.
big is the frame that we originally took? I'm
I
saying it's out of character.
mean, how big is the frame, Curse?
I've been holding it like this.
And that was a pretty good mime.
About this big?
That's really
Yeah.
good. Oh
It's
my
like it's a solid it's a
really
solid above the mantle portrait size.
In that case, if you want the rest,
Yeah.
I have this old ship trick, and I can take the picture frame and use rope, and it creates sort of this chair you can lean back against.
Pride,
It
you
uses
provide the
your
frame.
own
You
weight
need the rope?
to stabilize, so you just have this like chair you can like lean. It's like a recliner, and you will not fall off.
Best day ever.
That's amazing.
There you go. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Incredible.
Astrid, you're writing simple, is that right?
Yes.
Who is galloping backwards currently?
Oh, great. Why is my horse? Why?
Stumpy is struggling to keep up. Spitty is leaving a trail.
Spitty.
Spiteful currently has not made any obvious enemies, but you're getting a shifty horse eye looking back at you. Like, wonder if he wants to square up.
I wait for the ear to come back and I'll be like, let's go. I'm not afraid of you.
There it is.
He will take it into consideration.
Yeah.
You look strong.
Here's the thing. We can be spiteful together, or we can be spiteful at each other. That's on you.
His little horse brain is considering those options. Sticky is sticking, and Sexy's hot. In fact, his mane is like billowing in slow motion in the breeze as this shining, gorgeous horse with just rippling muscle is galloping down the road. Heads are turning, I'll say. You pass a field, the sheep are like, "What?"
Sheep heads are turning, folks.
Sheep heads are turning.
Sheep heads are turning.
We should let Pavin know. Hot horse plus sheep. That can make something happen.
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure this horse already had its run in the program.
Yeah.
That's horrifying. I'm just gonna bet the slow
This
motion.
conversation
Like
so much.
Okay, great.
You
Putting this
fall
page over.
into the rhythm. You fall into the rhythm of hooves on the dirt road as you venture into the peninsulan wilderness. The environment around you is still very much indicative of the coastal world you're leaving, with soft rolling hills, light trees, and the chaparral brush familiar to any patron of this part of the world. For those of you familiar with these lands, however, which is actually quite a few of you, you mark something. Notice something around you. There's a bitterness to the air, the feeling of unease even in the trees, and aside from the sheep who I made up earlier, there is not an animal or the sound of chirping birds anywhere. The wind is clammy to the touch, but the tracks left by the collars are unmistakable and you are on the right path. What do you get up to as the day wears on?
I'm going to spend 10 minutes of my trip ritually casting Identify on the canvas.
Ooh.
My cursed canvas.
And that will tell you the magic affecting it.
What the spell is.
What the spell
affecting it,
is?
how it works, and how I can use it.
Great.
This is my bad thing now.
Do you need to roll for that, or you just
No.
get it?
Let's identify, baby.
Damn.
Identify, baby.
God damn. Okay. Great. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
come back to us.
I'm so far
Where'd you go on
gone.
the dark side?
I'm so far gone. Okay, so yes, you cast the spell and you realize You look over the canvas, and your magic filters through it, attempting to divine its nature, as you perceive almost like this readout of information in your mind. Bits and pieces, gaps filling in gradually as it all comes together. There appears to be a spell affecting this canvas of a sort of divination. Even without a specific name, as you can tell, there's a very sort of custom series of glyphs and magical enchantments all cobbling together to produce this effect. But what you're picking up is that it is both, it is similar to scrying, it is similar to divination, and there is also an element of illusion. What you pick up from that is that the spell is creating a vision that is not necessarily a perfect duplication of a real-world event, but is divining and then visually duplicating something that very well could happen. There is not a deceitful aspect to it. It is projecting a potential actual reality.
So this thing, it's not just iterating on a person's individual fear, but like a fear that can come to pass?
Correct.
I love this. I love this so much. And it's made of canvas?
Canvas. You pick up one more little thing about it, though.
Ooh.
In its original design. And in fact, actually, there's a bit of a tidbit here. Roll me an Arcana check for a little bit more.
Thank you.
Because this goes beyond identify.
Can I have inspiration?
You know what? Because you're pretty.
Oh my god, thank you.
Go for it.
Okay, +6 is a 19.
I love how you roll, too. Just
He's a big guy.
That was 19 total?
That's a beefy boy.
Beautiful.
Biscuit.
So I'd say with that, you can also determine that in its original design, which again is quite intricate, very well engineered, it was actually designed for the 6 of you.
Oh. Does that mean it won't? Do I know if it won't work on other people? Or just that its original intent was
You determine it will not work on others without a little modification to its programming, so to speak.
I'm letting you know now, the entire bent of this trip will be me. I don't have to sleep. I meditate for like 3 hours.
You want nothing else.
I am going to alter this so it works on other people, and I'm turning it into a mask.
Why did I give you this?
See?
Wow, that's
That's
fucked
a fancy
up.
Rorschach.
Yeah. I'm just like a drop
fancy
drop
Rorschach.
veil mask. Like
That's
That is busting.
that's fucked up. Awesome.
thanks.
That's the coolest thing I've ever heard. And I'm
Okay.
asleep right now.
I have something on the trip I would like to do.
I'm waking up to tell you. When you're ready. Oh my god, thank you. Oh my god,
I
it's so
would
strong.
like to, because I had. I didn't say it earlier, so I'm just going to use this instead. I'm going to use my locate animals or plants, and I'm going to locate to see if the bird is heading in the correct direction.
What is the distance on that?
5 miles. So I figure, I don't know how far it's gone, but it's not been that long. I just want to see if it's directionally heading the right way.
So you choose to do this very early in the trip, is that right?
Yeah, alternatively, if you would let me, I would beast sense, which is touching a willing beast, and for the duration of the spell, you can use your action to see through its eyes, but I can't touch it right now. I just touched it earlier, so...
Let's do, because you didn't cast the spell earlier,
Yeah.
let's do sense animal planty business.
Yep.
That's the original
It is.
name.
Yeah.
It is.
That's what Gary wrote.
That's scary intended.
First edition.
Scary intended is very
To the purist.
Yes. I'd say if you cast that at the beginning of your ride, you detect the bird is certainly heading in a direction.
Makes sense.
It's presently looking a little more southerly than intended, and also does like a little circly pattern in the air, stops for a second, seems to like point around for a minute, and then takes off again. It's just sort of like an approximate zigzag.
Okay.
Following the wind.
I rolled a
fine.
1 for that bird, by the way.
No.
At the very
buddy.
beginning of the journey.
Buddy.
Well, at least it was, got the prime magic.
The wind kicks
I
up.
didn't just immediately die.
The wind kicks up.
The wind kicks up, and you get a powerful waft of that same acrid scent. It's sickly. Like, putrefaction. Everyone roll a con save.
No.
I would like
Here
to,
it comes.
if I can,
No.
touch Jibe and cast resistance.
14.
Okay.
I guess I don't know.
Count it. You count it.
Count it.
Count it. I'm looking
Count
at
it.
it. Count it. It's
Count.
a birthday. Count it.
Numbers? Count it.
Natural 20, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Damn.
It's the stick.
Let's go.
Resistance out of D4.
Sorry.
It's the stick.
It's the stick. I give the horse full credit.
21.
21, Pry.
10.
10. Bye.
It was a con save, right?
Yeah, con save.
Oh, 9.
Oh,
Okay.
Plus my
15.
bonus, it's 24.
15. Okay. So, Pry, Luca, Curse. Somewhere deep down, and I am making a note.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Somewhere deep down, you feel something take hold. And you feel just a little bit unwell. It's troubling. Not the way any minor ailment would be, like somewhere deep within you, you feel like there's something truly wrong.
Oh, God.
But that's all for right now. Otherwise, you feel still relatively healthy. You've not taken damage. It's more of that, just in the back of your mind, sense of impending doom. Just ever so faintly distant.
Can I say I pick up on that from Curse?
Curse is not
I'd
subtle.
say... Curse? Good
That's
point.
true.
Subtle.
Good point.
Curse, roll me a flat
She's
d20.
So
Just a
discreet,
d20.
though.
18.
I'd say, while you pick up the smell
What?
on the
Curse
wind,
smells.
you pick up that just briny. No, you pick up that smell on the wind. However, riding alongside Curse, it
Yeah.
takes you a little while to notice that this has actually affected anyone. But
Okay.
but before you do stop for the night, you are able to pick up on the fact that Curse seems to be doing unwell, as well as Pry and Luca, if they are in any way telegraphing it. But that's also up to you guys.
No.
Pry is flawless.
Luca,
Yes.
Luca has died. No, Luca looks also doesn't look great.
He's like sketching in his notebook, but you can tell that his like forearms are like shaking while he's doing it.
Okay, well that's probably more dramatic.
Well, what would Curse ailing look like?
Curse is just like taking it a little slower and looking around a lot. You know when you have like an animal and they're not feeling well?
Yeah.
And there's not any like distinct thing that they're doing. They're just kind of like really tentative.
Yeah.
And like
bummed
kind of
out.
like curl-tailed in a little bit.
Yeah.
Curse is just being very soft.
Okay, I would definitely pick up on that then. So like riding up next, just like, are you okay?
On your tiny horse.
I know you're like looking up.
And I'm like getting this horse to go fast because this horse is
I know
canonically
this
slower.
horse is frothing.
Also, Sexy is huge, right?
Thank
I
you.
could fit another person on
Thank
Sexy.
you.
Could I not? Could I not fit another person on Sexy?
I mean, you wear Sexy out harder. I mean, if you ride Sexy hard enough. Listen, you ride Sexy hard
I
enough.
watched that.
He's
do
gonna-
psychic damage to everyone.
He's gonna wind up frothy and wet, and you do not want to wear that horse out. Abria taught me this.
Yes, rode hard and put away with is the
Is
thing.
it?
Yeah,
you make
absolutely.
a horse foam, and you don't like dry it off and like
It'll
cool it down.
really
it will just
hurt.
Die.
Yeah, that's
horses
how you
die
kill-
easily.
yeah.
You're talking to the biggest fan of spirits down in the Cimarron. You think
Yes.
you're gonna teach me
Oh
about
my
horses?
God.
Oh my goodness.
So underrated.
He's a cat.
Yeah.
I'm tiny.
I'm also tiny.
So do you want to put him on Sexy?
I was gonna offer him to come up on Sexy.
Okay. I will say
It's a better
Stumpy's so
visual.
short.
he is small, but look, we're riding these horses hard.
Yeah.
It's gonna stop it. Stop it. However, Sexy will start, and I'll be rolling them, making some checks for like endurance of carrying
Don't
two
kill
people.
Sexy.
I don't want to kill Sexy.
just cancel us. It's fine.
Okay,
Stumpy's
you
keeping
stand
up.
Stumpy.
But we're worried about
anyways.
Stumpy. And we're all so worried about Sexy because we're so shallow as shit.
we're not.
I'm
Yeah.
so worried
I will
about Stumpy.
say-
Stumpy is
alright.
actively
I will
being
say,
exhausted.
Stumpy is working real hard, but he's keeping up.
No froth? No froth on Stumps?
I'd say
I'm worried about my horse.
So much worse.
I'd say Stumps is frothing a little bit, But the evening is coming. You'll be making camp before too
It's
long.
fine.
Anyways, no.
Great. Anyway, I'll wait.
Anyways, no.
I think so. You smelled that earlier, right?
Yeah. No, it was. I picked up on it's some sort of like a sense of like decay, like the lack of life. I think is the best way to put it.
I think it's the thing that the person with the horses puppin.
Pubbin. As Zayis
Sorry,
chimes
I
in.
gotta find the emphasis. Described earlier, and it made me feel sick. But
Okay.
I'm not.
Uh-huh.
I don't think.
Uh-huh.
But it felt awful.
Okay, if you feel any worse at any point, just let me know, okay?
Okay.
Okay, great. Great. And at some point I'll get off this goddamn dying horse that no one seems to care about. Yeah, I would like to, but apparently we're too worried about Sexy the horse.
We can give Stumpy a break. We'll give Stumpy a break.
No, it's
I
great.
will
I'll
put a
just-
hand out so
I'll-
that Stumpy can like just chill for a bit. We can trade off.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll hop.
Sexy.
That's easy for me. I'm a shipwright. I can pop up and down and.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Where are you located, Luca, in terms of our armada?
I feel like he's in the back, like as far back as he can, because Spitty just keeps on spitting everywhere. So
Okay.
he's kind of like grabbing on, like he's trying to draw, but he's grabbing on to the head to try to make sure
Okay.
it's not
It's like
spitting
when you turn on
everybody.
your windshield wipers and you're on the highway.
Yes,
and it's just going both directions.
100%.
In that case, as you offer your hand out, I'll say, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go check on Luca very quickly. But I promise you, I will be right back. Yeah. Okay. And I
Stop
will
looking forward.
pull back on Stumpy's back to the normal speed, which will draw me back, and then catch up to Luca.
Spit that way.
Luca, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Do I not look like I'm good?
Good, or what are we doing here?
Oh, I'm just drawing. I feel kind of weird.
Okay, see, that's good. Now we have communication. I like
Have you met
this.
Spitty?
Oh, God.
You know what? It's my God.
Right in the face.
100% mixed with the llama.
The program has produced results.
Yes. Sweet. You ask why next time. Ask why would we do this? There's a reason nature has decided what happens and why.
It's a new weapon.
Luca,
Surpass Metal Gear. Sorry.
yeah, are you feeling okay?
Yes? No.
No, you
Yeah.
said you weren't.
I just feel weird. It's just
Tell me about this.
my stomach's like, ugh. And my head's like, ha. But my stomach's like, huh. Anyways, I do this for Curse. Can you get this to her?
Yeah, sure. What is it?
He like hands it over to you,
Uh-huh.
and you see like Curse in like a superhero pose on top of Sexy with like the burning house behind her, like kind of like an explosion thing going on. But at the very bottom, you notice that the lines start to get jagged and it gets darker and darker, as if like he just got really worrisome towards the bottom of it. It's like I hope that she likes it.
Yeah, I'll definitely pass this on. Let me know if anything changes, though, if you're feeling any different, okay?
Okay.
Just, like, let all of us know in case anything at all changes.
Yeah. If you need anything, just let me know.
Okay.
Say bye to Spitty.
Good.
Right in the face.
Goodbye,
Good boy.
Spitty. Okay.
Astrid, what are you up to now as the day wanes?
Currently, I am in the kind of middle of the group with Simple. He's
Running
just,
backwards.
He needs a
He's
lot
doing
of direction.
I'm trying to move him.
So, I mean, Astrid's just facing the other way right now because
I'm just
Simple
watching what
turned
everybody's
around.
doing.
You're watching our six, and that's important.
Yeah,
It's a very creative horse.
Her hair is like blowing out all in front of her.
Just pulling it back into the ponytail. Currently, she's really quiet right now, contemplating both the words the old man said and also the painting. It's kind of getting to her a little bit. And she's contemplating some other stuff. She keeps like touching her chest a little bit and like using magic, but not actually releasing it. Just kind of like bringing it out and contemplating it currently. She's not talking with anybody
I
else.
like how someone idly flicks a lighter.
Yeah.
Great. Well, in time, you all do eventually stop to make camp, rest the horses, who are frothy, To sleep, to eat, to water the horses as well, to rest. It is, as you camp out, more unsettling in the wilderness than it usually would be, even for those of you who are no stranger to roughing it. Not because of the threat of enemies or wild animals, that's not really what you're picking up on, but because the whole of the environment itself almost seems a little bit menacing. And for similar reasons, sleep is not restful. You have nightmares of sickness, of rot, of wasting, of people laid out in beds emptying as quickly as they fill, tended to by a black-haired woman. And morning comes. That is, of course... I'm sorry?
Who had those dreams?
All of you who sleep.
Sleep is for
The black-haired woman look familiar?
You just see, like, in the distance, it's just flashes of people sick in beds and a flash of black hair.
While we're trying to sleep, Astrid is actively trying to reach out to Malphus. Like, trying to get his attention. Because she's not happy.
Roll me your choice of religion or arcana.
Religion. Or arcana, same thing. No, that's a 4.
We doing a struggle today.
Yeah.
I'd say I'll give you advantage on that roll if you find me some way that you could more ably channel it or make a direct connection with Malphus.
I have an idea. I'm going to actively create the same sigil that Nikram did the first time I communed with Malphus.
I will also say you haven't checked for the bird in a while.
Oh yeah, the bird. Is the bird around?
Roll perception for bird.
Oh god.
Birdception.
Perception? It's a 14.
Okay. I'd say you see the familiar massive raven in the branches of a distant tree. Not close, but still watching.
Okay.
You're saying you craft a circle?
Yeah, and then I also want to see if I can get the bird to come to me. So I'm going to get like a treat out, one of the Danishes that are kind of a little bit old.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Is that from the original Banesbreak?
No, it's the one from
No, it's
the
from
Guild.
Polyria.
Yeah,
the
Polyria.
Guild Festival in Polyria.
The one that Pry tried to give as well.
So, I mean, that's been in there for like a week.
Yeah.
The
I
little
mean-
blueberry bun?
Look, birds ain't picky.
Yeah. It's crumbs at this point.
So you're holding out that moldy little Danish.
Yes.
Perfect.
Is this the bug gel filled blueberry bun?
I never stop saying that. I want that ringtone. However, yeah, so the raven will take notice of it and hops to like closer and closer trees until eventually it swoops down to nab the bun and come to rest on a branch closer to where you are, sort of watching you mess with the circle.
Okay. And then I want to sit in the center and do that, like the flicking of magic and touching the sigil on my chest.
Roll your religion again with advantage.
Ugh. Running out of dice.
And the other d20.
Oh,
No, nothing.
What was your highest?
A 6 was the highest.
Ooh.
A 6 total?
Yes.
Incredible. You can't say total.
Luckily,
That
6
hurt.
was
That's
Just
hurtful.
enough.
Like, that's it?
I had a 1,
That's all you did?
a 1, and then a 5, and I had like a 2 and a.
Your rolls blow my mind.
Oh, buddy.
I need new dice.
Okay, Malphus is not forthcoming this night,
Okay.
but you do get an impression in your mind. Not a vision, but just a sense. And you see Malphus, well, I should say, you don't see Malphus. You see flashes of a labyrinth, and you see a great, massive raven leading a charge of other devilish soldiers against some unseen force.
Okay. That's unsettling.
Yes.
Sorry. Once I take like the short rest, I don't sleep. I meditate. Can I go back and look up anything and try to recall anything I know about like the virulency of this plague? Because I know I would have studied it because I hung out with.
That is a dynamite
My
question.
whose daughter died?
Pigeon Priest.
Pigeon.
Pigeon Priest.
Yeah, Pigeon Priest.
Roll history for me.
That's 18.
Okay, yeah. You recall there was a record of a plague around 840 PT, thereabouts.
Oh yeah,
In
I
this-
warned them to stay out of, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
In this part of the world that, by modern tallies, ended up claiming upwards of 20, 30, 40,000 lives just in Suncrest and the immediately surrounding areas. There are also rumors it spread to other provinces, but each province sort of tallied their own dead in different ways. So the numbers kind of blurred a bit in terms of which illness caused what. But at least this particular outbreak in this part of the world claimed tens of thousands by the end of it.
Do I know anything about, if not ways to cure it, anything that would like ameliorate symptoms for just what do I know about how to manage it once I have it? Because Pri's convinced that she has it now.
From what you remember studying it, this plague was not only swift in its action, but there were no, while there were rumors, there were no solid ways to ameliorate the illness. It seemed to come and go, and in fact, caused quite a panic at the time until eventually it just disappeared. One day, the ill who had not already passed got better, and the plague was never seen in these lands again. And it was named for that reason, the going or the traveling plague, as it was typically carried by merchants, and it's a bit of a double meaning as it makes one shuffle off the mortal coil very fast, and the actual beginning and end of the plague was a very short span of time. It traveled quickly, hit you quickly, and then before long it was gone entirely. As you journey, continuing on your quest, you do pass the odd traveler or caravan, traders with carts still full of wares, and more people leaving this part of the country than are arriving. And most of them look ill. It reminds you of Tia in many ways. The horses indeed carry you true, and in time, evidence of a town can be seen just ahead. Nestled near one of the scant forests of this northern territory, you spy some smokestacks, some evidence of construction, and while you expect to see the usual activity of a crossroads town, which now those of you familiar with this part of the world recognize as Kenthro, it seems quiet now. There is no hustle, no bustle, and aside from smoke rising, it's not on the map, I'm afraid. This is a smaller town. There's no hustle or bustle. However, actually, you can find out where it is on the map. If you travel west from Ignaci, it's that crossroads point where all the roads meet. That is where Kenthro is located. However, yeah, aside from smoke rising from one chimney, you don't see any carts coming or leaving. You don't hear hustle and bustle. You're still a little ways out. You're not in the town yet, but it seems very dead quiet around here.
You all aware where this plague ravaged and savaged the population? So be careful, and if anyone feels amiss, let me know.
Curse, Luca, Pry. As you begin to pull up on the town, you have not felt yourselves getting better, for sure. As you ride, it starts small at first. You take, each of you, 2 points of necrotic damage.
Could I ask a question?
Yes.
Do the people of Suncrest historically know what's going on with this plague situation?
I mean, this would have been a plague you'd probably be familiar with as well if you studied your history, especially in Taiyo, which was actually hit quite hard by it. Because Suncrest was central to this plague's outbreak. So yes, you know essentially this information that Pry is aware of.
Right.
Except there's probably an additional detail in there, which is that you understand Suncrest was hit the hardest by this plague, but not first. It traveled west from the coast, although we're not sure exactly where it began, and arrived in Suncrest. And Suncrest seems to also be the point where it ended. Once it arrived here in Suncrest and took quite a few lives, that was the point wherein people suddenly started getting better again, which seemed to ripple outward to the rest of the country until the plague had simply vanished.
Interesting.
But not before it had dealt its toll.
Okay.
However, yes, each of you takes that necrotic damage as you feel the illness worsening.
Okay, I have it.
I'm sorry, what?
So fast.
What?
I wasn't sure. I don't feel right. And I know where we are.
I don't either.
You don't. Okay. So you're not feeling well, and you're not feeling well. Is anyone else not feeling well?
Do you think it's happening to us too?
Are you not feeling well, Luca? No. Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Are you alright?
I think so.
I'm okay.
What about
Zais,
Zais? Paul
sorry.
Paul Ben.
How are you
You don't have to do
feeling?
it every time.
Other than, a
It's
little
good to see you feeling
tortured.
better.
I like to see you juggle. I am presently feeling okay. I mean, all considered, obviously. I've actually been feeling better the longer that we've traveled, now that
Okay.
I'm recovering somewhat.
Pry, you did something with Tia in the carriage, correct? Some sort of magic to make her feel a little better.
I will do my best to stay on top of it for the three of us.
Was it just a lesser restoration at the time?
It was crazy because I don't know. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I could switch my spells. I was like, I don't see that right now.
was, yeah.
Yeah, it was. And I could do
also
that.
have that.
Yeah.
So,
I would wait until you start to feel very bad.
Right.
Tia was in a worse state, and I was more panicked because she's a child.
of course.
Okay, what can we do? Start collecting.
Try to outlive it. This hits hard and fast, but then it dissipates. But we are fairly powerful magic users, and you're an accomplished herbalist.
Yeah, I can look around the area and see if there's anything I can make. I have my kit fully stocked.
Yeah, what do you need? I can go look for anything.
I'll have to look at my books and see what could work for this.
Okay.
I'll need to know what you guys feel and how you feel, but I can help any symptoms.
With the right rolls, I can certainly let you make potions beyond just ordinary health. If you have a particular tonic, for example, that you might have seen Alette make, or that you had sold previously with your family, we can try to then approximate the recipe now with the right dice favor.
Can I assist her?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Can I? Oh, sorry.
No, you
I was gonna see if Luca might know of any herbs, because this is I'm
Are
not
there
from
herbs that would assist
Sun-
with this?
Well, it just like any herbs that are unique to Suncrest.
Ask him.
Okay, Luca.
Welcome.
This is spitty.
Just Homer
Oh,
Simpson.
no.
Just...
I'm not as familiar. Is there any specialty herbs or flowers or trees that you know of in Suncrest? I'm more familiar with Verdane and the Peninsula and the Commonwealth.
Are there any familiar herbs in Suncrest?
Are there any familiar herbs in Suncrest?
As welcome as you are, simply to make some up.
Okay, cool.
Oh, great.
Kurt, are you still unsexy?
Did you say in or on?
I said on.
Okay.
There's this one
Hey
herb
man,
that I remember.
I think you're projecting.
Yeah, really. Hell yeah.
There's this herb I remember called, I think it's called gum leaf.
Okay.
We use it a lot for kind of like an antioxidant type of situation.
Okay.
You can also chew it. It tastes minty.
Okay, that's actually pretty. I just got the joke.
Yeah, gum leaf.
Oh, I hate you guys.
Thank you.
That was also a good joke.
You could try that.
I could try that.
Wow.
Do you know of anything that helped with? What are you guys feeling?
Curse is asleep. Curse, because Jibe is on the same horse, Curse is just kind of like slumped backwards and fallen asleep.
So exhaustion.
Yeah.
What are you feeling?
I mean, do you want to answer, or can we just say what we feel in our heart?
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion.
Stomach diarrhea.
I literally hate you.
Okay.
There's this leaf called Pepto.
Oh boy.
Glad I'm asleep.
I'm
Some
gonna
sort of-
check Curse for a fever. I'm not exactly sure though what your like resting like forehead
What your
temperature would be.
resting hotness is?
There's a whole lot of fire involved with this one, so I can
Yeah.
imagine there being some confusion.
I'd say Curse is feeling mighty warm.
Mighty warm.
More
okay.
than normal Mighty Warm?
Mighty
Mighty for
morphin
me?
warm. Yeah, it's warm. Oh, no.
Feverish or not?
Mighty for me?
Feverish, yes.
Okay.
Curse is also feeling warmer than usual.
Okay.
So, fever, fatigue. That's a big word for Neela.
Okay.
And I'm not hungry.
Okay.
Okay,
And
loss
then
of appetite.
Tia had some kind of green substance.
Green, huh?
Yeah.
Which none of you have hacked up yet.
Yet.
Okay. I think
It's okay.
once
Go
we
back to sleep.
once we get into the town, I can start just brewing what I can think and start looking around.
So if we're following this dwarf, who we already like made us feel gross when we just like saw him, and he's all greenish.
A duck is a duck.
Is it?
That's really offensive. We have two.
I have not heard that expression before.
But do you think that the only way to actually stop it is to stop potentially the source?
Could it be possible for that kind of power to come from one person?
Unless that kind of if it's like centralized on some kind of source in the countryside, I don't know.
In my sleep.
If we've got
I don't know if he's a person.
a spoiled apple in a barrel.
That's fair.
Curse doesn't know if he's a person.
Oh,
Just gonna go ahead and speak.
Are you
Yeah.
the Lorax?
honestly,
I speak for the curse.
I don't know. It's like if you know it can have. For things like sickness, you don't actually have to be all that powerful. You just have to set something in motion, don't you?
I suppose so.
Look, germ theory hasn't been invented yet.
We're in like the miasma phase of things right
Listen,
now.
I have spent my whole life in close quarters with people, traveling
Yeah.
all over the place. When people get sick, it moves fast.
If anything, you should have had advantage on that con save for super immune system.
I
and you was
rolled.
probably
I
done.
rolled.
You didn't
natural
even
You got that
20.
20, it's true.
Okay.
Can't do better.
Listen.
Oh yeah, the library kid just like immediately.
Time to bubble
I went
up.
outside.
Look, I'm not very
also
book
feel like,
learned,
given my
alright, but I've got
conditions,
lots of cunning.
I could have been better at surviving this. Just saying.
Maybe you'll live.
survive this.
You lived in your own little bubble.
Okay, we need to make sure though that everybody is okay and that everybody stays as healthy as
Right.
can be. So we need to fight this however we're doing it.
Are you riding and talking here?
Yeah.
absolutely.
Always traveling.
Well, you approach the town, and it is indeed rather quiet until you realize where the bulk of the population has gone.
Oh no.
There is a large tent set up in the middle of town, more of like a patchwork of canvas and tarp fabrics stretched between the roofs of buildings to block out the sun over a central square. And as you approach, you realize it's a kind of triage. Dozens of makeshift cots and folded blankets line the ground with people in various states of distress, while another 10 or so people thoroughly covered and bundled up are attending to them.
I immediately take one of my scarves and wrap it around my nose and mouth to hide what I look like, and also, if that's what they're doing, we might as well.
One of the attendants, a woman with stark black hair, narrows her eyes as you trot up. She approaches you, pulling down the cowl covering her mouth and nose, and it's that same woman from the tavern in Ignaci, Dia Rose.
Do
And
not
on that,
deceive me.
We will end for tonight.
What?
Tune in next time where we confront the horrible
I think we can keep going.
plague.
Totally fine.
The horrible plague now
might not be
embracing these lands, with half of our party feeling its detrimental effects, and unfortunately, it's going to get worse before it gets better. But until then, let's go around the table one more time, tell everyone who we are, who we've been, and where to find us.
Hi, I'm Ash. I've been playing Astrid, your not being able to talk to her patron, Warlock.
Oh. What a bummer.
I'm very sad. He won't talk to me.
He's busy.
He won't call me back.
He only left you on red.
It
And like,
happens.
where would you be on the internet?
Oh yeah. I'm also. You can find me at Arcane Faith, pretty much everywhere.
That's Faith with a Y.
There you go.
I know her entire sign off.
Hi, I'm Abria Iyengar, playing your sick cleric. That's unfortunate.
Go great.
You hate to see it. Follow me on social media at Quiddy for whatever I'm doing. When is this coming out?
And it's Quiddie.
I mean, technically it's out right now
You
because
should
they're
know by
watching it. True.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I'm not going with you on that.
I'm just here.
Hi, I'm Aaron Gray. I've been playing Luca. You can find me on socials at Aaron Gray everywhere. AHREN. Aaron, not Aren. Thank you so much.
That sounded like a jingle. AHREN. Aaron.
Aaron.
Hi, I'm Sage Ryan. You can find me everywhere on the internet at NotSage
Yeah, you
or
can.
here on the PixelCircus channel all the damn time. And I have been Curse, your tiefling druid.
Hello, I am Oman.
You almost made a Bria Iyengar spittle.
I wouldn't have done it except I saw that Bria went to go to.
That came out of my nose.
She should have taken spitting.
Oh no. And become spitty.
Please keep going. I'm going to fight you to the death.
I am Omar Najam. I've been playing Jibe, and you can find me at Omar Najam on Twitter.
And I'm Kaylee Bray. I've been Neela, your pirate barbarian, who rolled 2 natural 20s.
I know,
very
what
recently.
the hell?
Go.
So that's it for me forever. You can find me on the internet at Hoppa Barbarian.
And I am Vince Casso. I've been your DM so far. Not that I'm gonna stop. Okay.
Abria's taking over.
It was bound to happen.
It's in the contract.
You can find me all over the internet at Vince Casso, and of course here on PixelCircus, where I have 2 whole-ass shows in this wonderful, fun world of Borros that I've been enjoying so much with all of you. And there's more of this goodness next week. Tune in then.
What's the other
Check
show?
the Discord. Check the. Actually, you know what? I don't know.
Fancy is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
We'll see you all next time.
So brave.
Check Discord. Check us out on socials. Check the Patreon. Y'all are awesome. We'll see you soon. Peace out.
Bye.